Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Wildcat Stadium. It's time for Lovington Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, and, of course, on the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Denver City has won the toss and has elected to receive. Welcome to the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Evie, please turn your studio mic off. I can hear you in the headsets as we come into this one. Two teams that are looking for a win, as Dawn Morgan will be joining us field side. And now we will actually have to take a break for the national anthem and the moment of silence. So we'll come back and continue with your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. This is Wildcat football on Z94. Welcome back to Wildcat Football here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. With Dawn Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from Stone Oilfield Services right here in Lovington. But wherever you are in the patch in the Permian Basin, if you need any service, Stone Oilfield Service can handle it. So as we were mentioning earlier, the Cats coming in after a tough loss a week ago to the Hobbs Eagles have dropped to 0-4 on the season. On the other side, Denver City from just next door in Yoakum County, they've also had kind of a rough start to their season. They are just 1-2, but they are expected to be extremely competitive in that district. Of course, they made a pretty deep playoff run 1 year ago. As we continue on through the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show, bringing in Dawn Morgan. So, Dawn, you know, as we get ready for this one, a beautiful night for football and two teams that really, really are looking for a win.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm reminded of two things that I want to talk about. You just mentioned, you know, the record. Lovington Wildcats coming off of a tough loss against Hobbs, but you know they did a lot of things, you know, well in that game, and they played pretty tough. They drew first blood. They scored first in the first quarter, and didn't have very many penalties, and they just you know, up their game a little bit, I think, and that's what they're trying to do in this really tough pre-district season, is just get better. And that's all that Coach D said he's asking of his team from week to week is let's get better, let's play better, and get ready for district. And last game, I think it was 2 games ago here outside Wildcat Stadium, at the end of that game, I saw somebody who is a Lovington guy and has lived here for many years now, raising his family here. And he said, well, tough loss tonight, right? He said, but you know what's crazy? That this team, the Wildcats, could lose every pre-district game and then go in and win district and win state, and that's entirely possible, and that's what they want to do. Of course, they'd like to pick up some wins along the way for sure, but it's very possible. Yep, you could lose every game before you start district, then win every game, win district, and then go on to win state. So a lot of things are still possible for this Wildcat team, and I think that they're staying optimistic and thinking about the possibilities and not the past. Also, want to say right off the bat, I've got some good news. I ran into Alec Olguin's mother earlier today, and she said, "Yay, my son is back." Alec Olguin will be back in the lineup tonight on the field, and that's good news. Then I asked her about the other players who were injured. She said she thought, and I'll be confirming this when we get on the field, when we see the teams in their uniforms here in a minute, but she thought that Cardenas was going to be back tonight, and also that Cesar Gonzalez would be back tonight. You know, Cesar was not in the game last week either.
Well, that is good news. So that means I've got to do a little bit of changing on my stat sheets, which is perfectly okay in this case. So looking forward to it. And that will be a big weapon for Lovington to have back, even if it is just Olguin back tonight, even if they don't get on Dallas Cardenas back tonight. And, you know, depending on what they, choose to do with Cesar Gonzalez tonight, big offensive weapons. And that's one thing, since those guys got hurt, they've had trouble finding A, offensive rhythm, but B, they've had trouble getting separation from the defensive backs with their receiving core. Aranda, is still making it work. He went 18 of 48 for 248 yards last week, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Anson Marquez has really become kind of his go-to guy. Anson with 5 catches, 96 yards last week. But he's got to find receivers, and they've got to get open quicker. A lot of times Ashton is back there way too long, holding on to the ball way too long, and it just makes him a target. Even though he hasn't been sacked many times this year, I think only 4, maybe 5 times this entire season. I'd have to go back and look over my notes a lot more carefully. He has been hit seemingly every time he stepped up to throw the ball.
Yeah, you just take such punishment back there, and sometimes more punishment than others. And man, he's hit. It's amazing how we talk about the injuries and what goes wrong a lot, but we don't focus on what goes right a lot of the times, and on just the punishment that the guys are taking. Just because they get up after being hit doesn't mean that they don't hurt, that they're not bruised, and that it doesn't take its toll, hit after hit after hit.
Well, it certainly does. Defensively tonight for your Lovington Wildcats, we're talking about the keys to the game. They've got to find a way to limit the big plays. That's kind of been the story of the last couple of seasons, is big plays have really doomed the Cats. They gave up way too many last week to the Hobbs running game especially. Hobbs, a very balanced attack last week, but still piling up over 500 yards of total offense, but a lot of that 500, runs a 34 yards, runs a 36 yards, runs a 50 yards, runs a 35 yards, runs a 34 yards, passes for 51 yards, passes for 43 yards. So they have to find a way to limit the big play on defense.
Yeah, very good point. And they've really got to play a real consistent game. They've got to work on that again, on being consistent from the beginning to the end of the game, and not having just a really good first quarter and down a little bit the second, and then or a bad first half and come back and have a good second half, but not good enough to dig them outside of their hole. So they've really got to work on consistency from the very beginning of the game to the very end.
Well, and that is going to be extremely important. You are absolutely right, and I know Coach G definitely looking for that consistency tonight as the visiting Denver City Mustangs in their road whites with the red letters and numbers. Hey, we might actually be able to see the numbers this week on the visiting team. Of course, they've got the red hats with the running pony on the side for Lovington. They are in the home blues with the white letters and numbers and the white hats with cats on the side. As we get ready for the playing of the national anthem, we'll go ahead and take a timeout, come back, and kick this one off. This has been your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Back for the kickoff on Z94 KZOR. Welcome to Wildcat Stadium in Brian Urlacher Field. Game number 5 of the 2022 season for the Lovington Wildcats. The Cats under head coach Gonzalez come in at 0-4, but they have played a murderous pre-district schedule, and they are still ranked number 4 in the NMAA. For the visiting Denver City Mustangs, Daniel Fontenot, longtime head coach for Denver City, brings his squad in at 1-2 on the year. They're mid-pack in 3A Division I in Texas, but they are expected to be in the top 2 in their district next door. With Don Morgan Fieldside, high above Wildcat Stadium, I'm TJ Miracle. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing tonight alongside the newest member of our team, Max Carranza. So the Cats will kick it away to the Mustangs as we get ready to start this one. Denver City only bringing, I think there's just 31 kids on their roster tonight. So Lovington might have a chance to just do a little wearing down, if you will, against Denver City. We'll have to see, though.
Yeah, I counted 24 on the roster when I got here and saw the roster and thought, wow, that's pretty short. Only 11 men on the field at a time, but that's a much shorter roster than we're used to seeing for any size school in their football team. So it's interesting. Also, it's just a regular game tonight. There's no theme tonight,
It is food truck night in the parking lot.
Yeah, they did. They had a great, thanks to the Lovington Chamber of Commerce for presenting that. It was very successful. I've heard a lot of people up here in the stands talking about that. So cool deal. But as far as just the game, the focus is on the game tonight. I like that. I think this is great. Can we really just have a plain football game? I think we can.
I think we can, and we will tonight. It is Lovington and Denver City, a battle of next-door neighbors. First time we've been here at Wildcat Stadium against Denver City in a long, long time. Of course, interesting note, Coach G's first round as the Wildcats boss came against Denver City about 5 years ago. So, a little bit of a rivalry renewed, and Coach G is yet to knock off Denver City, so maybe tonight is the night. The Mustangs will be led by quarterback Jonah Escalante. He is kind of their do-everything junior quarterback. As DeMarcus Thompson, he will tee it up for the Wildcats at the 40 and kick it away south to north, and we are underway. It'll be a squibber, comes to one of the up men, going to be fielded at the 30 to the 35, goes backwards and is hit at the 32 and continues to go backwards. Great coverage by the Wildcats, as nowhere to run for Daniel Gonzalez as he gets taken down, and they're going to put him down, let's see, officially at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for Denver City. This is Wildcat football. Great to have you with us tonight. 85 degrees at kickoff. As they start warming the lights up, I'm a little surprised they weren't already on.
Hey, welcome back, Alec O'Gean. He was in on the stop, and I tell you what, they threw him for about a 4-yard loss from where he actually caught the football. So, yeah, good job already on special teams.
It's going to be a 5-receiver set to start things off for Denver City, as the quarterback Escalante will be by himself. They bunch 3 receivers up near side, twins to the left. Good snap. They're going to throw the wide receiver screen near side, completed at the 28 to the 30, 35 to the 40, and tripped up out at the 42-yard line. Shaking and baking and moving, Andrew Velasco. So he is going to go all the way up. That is going to be a 22, make that a 25-yard completion and move the chains. First down for Denver City.
Wow, he did score it out really quickly. I was afraid seeing him on the sideline that we weren't going to have somebody downfield that far to be able to catch him, but we did.
Matthew Garcia got him by the shoestrings. As you've got trips to the left side, 2 tight ends in the game, and Escalante keeps it himself, brings it near side, hit at the line, stiff arms a man, and that's Garcia again as he will sling him out of bounds across the 45 out at about the 48-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard carry for Escalante, and now 2nd down and 6. So they're working the weak side of the field so far. Ball on the near hash mark. Escalante going to have a deep back in the backfield with him this time. I'm pretty sure that is Seth Trevino, number 7. They're going to go 1 receiver left, 1 to the right. Now they're going to put another man in the slot. That is Velasco. Send a man in motion right to left. Looking to pass. Escalante over the middle. Has a man. It is complete across the 40 into Wildcat territory. Out to the 42-yard line as he tosses that one out to number 33. That's actually 32, Daniel Sinaceros. So that's going to be 2, 7... 9, 10, 11, a 12-yard completion and a first down for Denver City. 37 yards for Escalante, their second first down of this opening drive. Just underway, a minute gone. Inside Wildcat territory, down at the 39-yard line. Wildcats 3 men across the front. Escalante, high snap, handles it, hands it off. Running back comes near side, is hit in the backfield and dropped back at the 40. He is going to lose a yard as Junior Carmona, number 3. So Carmona going to lose a yard, make it a 2-yard loss, and so that'll bring up second down and 12.
Nice stop. Josh Carrasco in on that.
Yes, he was. Also, there was another number. It was an 80 number. I'm not sure which one it was, though, so I apologize in advance for that.
Probably Angel Gonzalez.
Probably so. So it'll bring up second down and 12. Denver City with the football on their opening drive. Inside Wildcat territory officially from the 41. Escalante pump fake left. Now he's going to tuck it, taking himself, hit behind the line. He is going to be sacked. Tried to get back to the line, but nothing doing right there. And credit the sack to Ezekiel Guzman. It'll be a 2-yard sack officially, and now it'll be third down and about 14-15.
Man, Goose came across just immediately and made a mad dash and brought him down. It was a good sack.
So now it'll be third down and 15 for Denver City. Lovington's defense a little porous early in the drive, but stiffening up inside Wildcat territory. From the Wildcat 44, Twins make that trips left, one to the right. Good snap, Escalante with it. Goose again gets him behind the line on the design quarterback run. So no sack, but he will lose another yard on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down and about 17 to go. Interesting to see if Coach Fontenoy is going to choose to punt it away or in Lovington territory if he's going to go for it. And Lovington with a man down on the near hash mark. They've got him up quickly, and good to see that. That's Jaden Bosquez, the junior lineman who's come a long way in the first 4 games of the season.
Well, much has been asked of younger players on the Lovington line. Both they've had to go in a fast learning curve and really get in there and get dirty, every play, every game.
Fourth down and 17 from the Wildcat 45-yard line. Denver City going to show punt, but I would be hesitant to say they're going to punt for sure.
Yeah, I would look for the fake for sure.
Thompson back deep to receive. It's a high snap. Lovington brings the pressure. They don't get there. It's kind of a pop-up. Going to shank over towards the east side of the field and squib out at the 35-yard line. So only about a 10-yard net on the punt. And Lovington will take over first down and 10 with pretty good field position.
Spencer Freeman, the kicker for Denver City, kind of did a flop. I mean, he might have gotten brushed after he got, rid of the football right just as it was getting released maybe, but there was no call on that play. It was clean, and he asked the ref about it and said, hey, ref, I really didn't think I completed my full arc on the kick, but he was motioning that way. Ref shook his head at him, said, nope.
Well, with Manu Ginobili
getting
inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame this week, it was just a tribute to Manu.
Yeah, there you go.
Split backs in the backfield. Ashton Aranda going to send a man in motion. Fake the handoff, then toss it near side to Olguin. He gets it, but he is tackled immediately. Hit behind the line. Good coverage by Spencer Freeman and Kaysen Palmer. And so it'll actually be a 1-yard loss, but welcome back, Alec Olguin, second down and 11.
Yeah, definitely want to,
good speed in that defensive secondary for Denver City.
Yeah, definitely want to get a good drive going on here. Good for Lovington's D that they held Denver City scoreless on their first possession here, but now Lovington needs to get their O going.
3 tight ends on the right side. Lovington moving right to left. Denver City shows blitz. Toss it out to Ochoa, and he's hit back at the 20. Nowhere to run as Denver City, again, speed kills, and they killed it that time. And so that'll actually be a loss of another 3 on the play to Kamen Ochoa. Kamen Ochoa, pardon me. I said it one way for so many years and was finally corrected. I want to get it right. So now it'll be third down and 16 for the Wildcats. 15 officially as they put the nose of the ball at the 20. Lovington moving the wrong way. Lovington going to spread it out. Trips left, Twins to the right. Denver City going to show blitz again. Aranda drop is flushed immediately. Rolls near side, looks downfield, sets, fires, comes down, trying to get a man, and has a man. That is Matthew Garcia up at the 38-yard line, or the 42-yard line in Denver City territory. Pardon me, that was Alec Olguin. Welcome back, Alec, as that's going to be 38 yards to Olguin and move the chains. First down, Cats.
Woo, that's the spark the Wildcats needed. They're going into kind of a little bit of a hurry-up offense here, which they do well.
First down and 10. Empty backs, and it'll be Aranda keeping it himself. Tries to stretch it near side, and he is wrestled out and tossed out with authority on the designed run. As again, coming up from the bottom and throwing him out was Kason Palmer. It'll be a 3-yard loss on the run, and so it'll be second down and 13.
You know, I know Denver City, I think, knows Lovington's tricks very well. They've watched, they've studied, they know that Lovington makes a good yardage usually on quarterback keepers and on handoffs to Ochoa. Well,
one thing you can do is they are blitzing every time.
Yep.
If you can hand it to Ochoa and get any kind of hole, he could be gone.
Right. But you're going to have to make that hole. You can't just hand it off and think that, okay, we got it made.
Twins left, twins right. They stack them up. Aranda with the hard count. Yep, he wants to see what Denver City's going to do. They're bringing everything in the kitchen sink. Hand it to Ochoa, right side, runs into a wall and is pushed backwards. Nowhere to run as Denver City had him sniffed out and slammed him down. Coming up from the bottom of the pile, turn around, young man, so I can catch your number. That was Eric Escobar on the linebacker blitz, and Ochoa going to lose another, looks like 3 yards on the play, and so now it's third down and 16.
I think they're going to just give him the loss of one. Well, they are. They're going to, you're right. 3 more.
So moving backwards again as they're at the Denver City 48-yard line. From the shotgun, Aranda this time. Pressure comes, breaks right side, rolling, looking, setting, firing at the last minute, and that one he just has to throw away, throws out of bounds, incomplete, and so it'll bring up fourth down and 16. And I don't know, Coach G has been known to go for it, so he might do it in Denver City territory, and then if it doesn't work, just let the defense see if they can stop them again.
Yeah, he may go ahead and call for the kick, call for the punt.
He could call for the quick kick.
They could, the little pooch kick, that quick kick, or they may do a fake on him.
Gonna send trips. Yep, they're bringing the offense out. Trips right, twins left. Aranda full shotgun this time. Barks out the signal. Waits for it, gets it, and he will just quick kick it. It is a line drive going down, bounces at the 10, takes a Lovington bounce, but it'll bounce all the way into the end zone. And so it'll come back out to the 20, winds up being a 28-yard net on the kick and flip it around. No score in this one. Right at the halfway point of this first quarter, Denver City will take over on their second possession at their own 20-yard line.
And now it's Lovington D's a chance to get out here and hold them again or force a turnover. It'd be really nice while they're this deep in Lovington territory, force a turnover and give Lovington a good chance to score.
Lovington puts 4 men across the front this time, and they are going to show blitz. Escalante hands it off, going to the right side, looking for some room and getting it out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Left side is Andrew Velasco, and he's going to pick up 8 on the play.
DeMarcus Thompson got hold of his jersey and pulled that, kept holding, and really got him down. It's more of a jersey pull and bringing him down to the turf than it was a tackle. But, well, you'll take whatever works. He got him down, kept him from getting more yardage.
Second down and 2, split backs in the backfield this time with Escalante. Calls it out, hands it off, coming near side and just banging across the 30 to the 31-yard line. As getting up from there again, that is going to be Velasco again, as he's going to pick up 3, make it 4 yards on the play, and it'll be a Denver City first down, their third of this first quarter. Clock continues to move, 5:10 remaining in the quarter. Denver City, Mustangs going to send trips right, 1 to the left. Escalante changing the play, signaling his receivers. Looks over, Coach Fontenoy sends in a new play, shifts around his running back, Carmona, the other side. And it looks like Escalante going to keep it himself. Turns it up across the 35, cuts back across the 40, out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. And he's going to have 11 yards on the play, and it'll move the chains again. Another first down for Denver City.
Yeah, between Escalante and Velasco, Lovington's really got the work cut out for them because, Velasco is man, he's quick. He's easy to kind of miss. He's going to be gone before you know it. So Lovington's got to do a really.
And they will hand it off and jetting around. That is Velasco across the 50 to the 45 and out to about the Lovington 42-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as Lovington was not ready for that sweep, and another Denver City first down. Ponies are running.
Yeah, they are, and that was to the left side. And you're right, it looked like Lovington really was expecting, more of a strong side play there rather than going to the left.
So now it'll be first down and 10 from the Wildcat 41, Denver City football. This is where Lovington's defense tightened up last time when they got into their end of the field. Escalante from the shotgun, got Velasco in the backfield with him. Escalante keeps it himself, has a hole, crosses the 40, gets away from a tackle, is slammed down before he gets to the 35-yard line. Ryan Weiser slams him to the ground. It'll still be good for a pickup of 5, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, that was a good tackle because he finished it, really got him down on the turf, and there was no way he was going to get any more yardage.
So 2nd and 5, Denver City keeping it on the ground. Lovington has had a little trouble stopping the run this season. Offset eye in the backfield. High snap, Escalante handles it, gives it to Velasco, takes it left, and just bowls over a man as he crosses the 30 and is going to be down near the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 11 for Velasco and another Denver City first down.
Yeah, and if it hadn't been for
Velasco, just a sophomore, a 5'8" bowling ball sophomore.
Cesar Gonzalez and DeMarcus Thompson again on the outsides of that stop as well from sliding through.
From the 25-yard line, make it the 26 officially. 1st and 10 for Denver City. Twins left, twins to the right. Good snap this time, hand it to Velasco. He takes it over the left tackle across the 20, drags a man with him, and he's going to be near first down yardage. It'll all depend on the spot. They're going to put it about the 16-yard line, and they're going to say he is just shy. Actually, that was Carmona that time. As Olguin tackles him, it'll be, nope, they give him forward progress. It'll be just enough for the first down.
Yep.
So it'll be the 7th first down, and Denver City now in the Lovington red zone. They're driving. Escalante from the shotgun, pump fake left, throws left, goes backside of the end zone and overthrows his intended receiver down there. That was Cisneros. So incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Lovington dodged a bullet there. There were a couple of Wildcats in the neighborhood, but nobody really close on him. Not really close enough for good coverage.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Wildcats, 17 officially. With a single back in the backfield, Escalante with twins left, twins right. Running a little bit tighter formation this time. Escalante with it, rolls left, is pressured. Stiff arms a man, turns it up, and falls forward to the 15-yard line. He is going to pick up 2 on the play, so now a critical 3rd down and about 9. So a yard officially.
Yeah, that was good as DeMarcus really zeroed in on him early and he was the guy that got stiff-armed, but he held on and forced him out of bounds and forced him down.
So it'll be 3rd down and 9, critical 3rd down this early in the game. It will be 4-down territory for Coach Fontenoy. From the shotgun, Escalante with it, hands it off, coming around near side and getting away from a tackle, the first one anyway, but not evading the second one. That was Velasco again as he's going to pick up, make it 4, and so now it'll be 4th down and about 5 to go for Denver City, and they're just leaving the O on the field. They're going to go for it from the 11. So with split backs in the backfield, single receiver left, single receiver right. Fake the handoff. Escalante rolls near side, throws it, has a man, and just out of the reach of his intended target, number 11, Palmer. So the Wildcats dodge a bullet and will take over on downs from their own 11 with 1:48 to go here in the first quarter.
Good coverage there downfield and in the end zone by Matt Garcia.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 11. A fast-moving first quarter. Denver City has dominated the time of possession. So
Lovington's really got to watch it. They're dangerously close to the end zone there.
don't want to cough it up here for sure. So from the 11-yard line, first down and 10 for the Cats. Twins left, twins right. Ochoa in the backfield with Aranda. Ashton gets it, hands it off to Cameron, and he's going to get out across the 10 to the 11 before he is brought down. The tackle going to be made by Elijah Gutierrez. It'll be a pickup of 1. Ochoa hard sledding in there.
Tackle made by Gutierrez, number 20.
So a second down and 9. Lovington right now negative in the rushing category. Of course, still very early in the game. 1:20 remaining in the first quarter, no score. Aranda from the shotgun again. Send a man in motion. That's Olguin. Handed off on the little counter tray and just moving up to the 14-yard line. Pick up a 2 underneath there. The handoff, was that Weiser, Don?
Yes, I believe it was 20.
So we'll
22.
So 22. So it was Anson
22.
Marquez.
Anson Marquez, yeah, my bad.
So Marquez with a 2-yard gain, and so now it'll be third down and 7.
You know, 4 yards in a cloud of dust will get you first downs, but 1 and 2 at a time, not quite enough.
Yeah.
Lovington's got to bring it right here.
Twins left, twins right. Good snap, Aranda with it. Protection holds, throws it near sideline, gets it to Olguin at the 35 to the 40. It's a foot race to the 50 to the 40, and finally going to be pushed out of bounds by Spencer Freeman. But a huge gain. That's 35, 45, 50 yards exactly on the money to Alec Olguin and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Man, I tell you, Alec was trying to put the Jets on, and he did, but he just could not outrun Freeman, and Freeman gave him that last second desperation push that did the job. But what a great carry and run by.
Yeah, welcome back,
Olguin.
Alec Olguin.
Yeah.
So inside Denver City territory from the 35-yard line. Aranda keeps it himself, goes around the right end, has a block across the 25, stiff arms a man at the 20 to the 15, turns the corner at the 10, and finally going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10. Well, they're going to say he steps out at the 10, but it's a 25-yard quarterback keeper. Move the chains, first and goal, Wildcats.
Yeah, and you know the difference on that? What really made that work, not only did he have really good blocking up front, it was a terrific fake, and it happened quickly. He did the fake quickly and got out, and he got out before the Denver City defense, could get ahead on that, and he really made the difference, the quickness of how well that play was executed.
So it'll be first and goal from the 10. Wildcats split twins left, twins to the right. Aranda runs, gets a good block, takes it himself to the 5, a little stutter step, and he is run out of bounds and slammed out of bounds over on the far side by, I believe that was Valverde. And so it's still a pickup of 5, though, and so it'll be second and goal from the 5. 27 yards on 3 carries for Ashton Aranda.
And now you just feel like the Cats are definitely rolling. You feel that momentum. They really feed off of success. I mean, most teams do. But here they are knocking on the door, and they do need to get this in and get a score on the board.
10 seconds, 11 left on the clock. No score here in the first quarter, but Lovington knocking on the door. Second and goal from the 5. Marquez by himself to the left side as whistles sound as Coach G going to take a timeout. Saw something, Coach G takes the timeout, something he wanted to talk about. So 11 seconds remaining, first quarter, no score, but Lovington knocking on the door. Back in a minute on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Wildcat Stadium out of the Lovington timeout. It is 2nd and goal from the 5. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Wildcat Stadium. Don Morgan patrolling the blue turf at Brian Urlacher Field. Evie Stuber, Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing. 2nd down and 5. Wildcats knocking on the door. 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Aranda from the shotgun, fake the handoff, throw it near side, and trying to get Marquez cutting back across the middle, but cannot hold on to it. Is knocked away at the last second by Eliezer
Spencer Freeman.
Oh, it was Freeman, number 1. It looked kind of like a 4 from up here.
Yeah, Freeman is kind of a catch-all, do-all guy again for Denver City. They definitely have some standout players who are versatile.
So now it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5. This is definitely four down territory for the Wildcats. Without Lucas Contreras again tonight, Thompson doing the kicking duties. He's capable of booting it through for the field goal, but they'd much rather have the touchdown. Aranda rolls near side, looks, fires, going for it, and knocked away at the last second. As good coverage, credit where credit is due to Andrew Velasco, knocks it away from Alec Olguin, and that'll end the first quarter. It'll be 4th and goal from the 5. When we come back, no score. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Wildcat Stadium, Lovington Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and tell your family and friends. Remember, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money. So subscribe, tell your family and friends to subscribe, and get some of my money. Don Morgan Field side, I'm TJ Miracle, high above the blue turf here, and so 4th down and 5, or actually 4th and goal from the 5. The Cats have to go for it here, and not critical yet, but I think for the confidence, they need to punch it in. Twins left, twins right. Send a man in motion right to left. That is Gonzalez. Aranda with it, looks, fires, goes for Gonzalez, and Gonzalez turned in. It went out, and so it'll be incomplete, and the Cats stall out inside the 10-yard line, so Denver City will take over just underway here in the second quarter. No score, 1st and 10 from their own 5. So good coverage. Angel Gonzalez was not exactly open, but he looked like maybe a little miscommunication as he turned in and the throw went out. So Denver City's will come back out. They have dominated time of possession in this one, Dawn.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that first half, the first quarter went by so quickly, but it was such a tussle back and forth. And here we are, still scoreless.
And wow, we've got a personal foul half the distance to the goal penalty. Something must have gotten said. Oh, that'll be 1st and goal for the Cats. And so that'll actually work like a turnover. So personal foul on Denver City, and they will turn it over back to Lovington. It happened during the play, so Lovington gets a new set of downs, and they've got it 1st and goal from the 3. I didn't see the laundry come out.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So Lovington has been handed a gift. 1st and goal from the 3. Need to punch it in, and if you're Denver City, you got to put the jumbo in and try and keep them out. Aranda from the shotgun gets it. Fakes the handoff, rolls left side, under pressure, loses the ball. It is loose on the turf and nobody around but Denver City Mustangs, and the Mustangs are going to get it back as Ashton, that just slipped out of his hands, and nothing he can do about it. I'm not even sure he knew he lost it and fallen underneath it. And actually, the kid who got tackled on the far side that was Cisneros, and he was slow to get up after he got hit by his own guy.
Aranda actually was trying to evade that getting sacked, but he it looked like he was looking for someone to throw the ball to. He cocked his arm and had the ball out to try to get rid of it before he got nailed, and it just didn't work. Instead, it slipped out of his hand.
And so it is going to wind up being a 17-yard sack, and it'll give the ball to Denver City on the turnover. So a bad turnover for the Cats. Escalante hands it to Velasco, comes left side. He crosses the 25 and is going to be out near the 30 before he is brought down. And that was Ochoa who hit him and brought him down. It'll be an 8-yard, make it a 9-yard gain for Velasco, and he's 6 carries and 51 yards for Denver City. Jose Velasco was their leading rusher coming into this one, but Andrew Velasco has done the damage so far. Twins left, one to the right. Escalante keeps it himself. He gets away from one in the backfield, now going to turn it up. Has some running room, and great open field tackling by Cesar Gonzalez and takes him down. Not before he gets the first down across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It is a pickup. It's a big pickup, but wow, you'll take it.
Yeah.
It's still a 7-yard pickup, and it'll be another first down for Denver City. But that was a good open field tackle, Don.
Yeah, it was a nice trip tackle. Actually, he just kind of threw that out there. And, I mean, you do whatever will work. Try to bring him down.
Near hash mark from the 36-yard line. Denver City moving right to left. Send a man in motion. Escalante throws it to that motion man, and he is going to drop it, trying to get Junior Carmona, but not able to hang on to it. Incomplete. So it'll be second down and 10. No score in this one, a back-and-forth seesaw affair. 10:47 to go first half.
Joshua Carrasco came along to pick up that ball, and he was sure sad that the whistle had blown it dead already.
Yeah, it looked like he had a pretty good shot at him right there. So they're going to put a tight end on the left side and bunch everybody up, send a man in motion, and they're going to hand it off to that motion man on the pitch. Coming around across the 40, 45 to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. One man to beat, 15, 10, 5, and put it in the end zone. The Mustangs run it in from 64 yards for Spencer Freeman, and Denver City on the big play takes the 6-0 lead. And we talked about limiting the big plays, Don, and Lovington has a big play go against him with the fumble, and then they give up the big play on defense.
Right. They had a gift and couldn't make anything out of that. Instead, turned the ball over, and the score is a direct result of that. So Lovington, again, with their chances, they haven't been able to get in there and finish. They're just down 1 touchdown right now, and plenty of game left. They've got time to turn this around.
Carmona will kick it out of the hold of Escalante. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. With 10:34 remaining in the first half, it's on the Now Pharmacy scoreboard. Denver City 7, Lovington nothing. Back in a minute, more Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR. 64 yards on an end around to Spencer Freeman. The point after is good, and Denver City with the big play takes the early 7-0 lead on the Dow Pharmacy scoreboard. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So Carmona to kick it away, now with Denver City in the lead. Great to have you with us on a beautiful Friday night for football here in Lovington. As the officials hand it over to Carmona, he's ready to go, and he will kick it away. It is a high end over ender, going to be fielded back at the 15 to the 20, bringing it out to 25, 30 for Thompson, 35, gets a block, turns into that block, and gets across the 40 to the 42-yard line before he is brought down by Elijah Gutierrez, and also a number 21. I don't have a 21 on our roster. So 20 and 21 combining on the stop there. So Lovington with a good return by Thompson. Now they need to march it down and match what Denver City did earlier, Dawn.
That's exactly right. They've got to answer that touchdown. And I think they're sparked up and revved up here. I think they're a little, aggravated. Denver City got on the board first. They had, a couple through really good chances, juicy chances. I think they won it bad right now.
Twins left, Twins to the right in the center of the field from the 42-yard line inside Wildcat territory. The hard count, Denver City jumps but does not break the line. So now Ashton Aranda going to change the play. That's what he wants now. Gets it changed. Low snap. Ashton handles it. Going to be pressured immediately. Blitz comes. Rolls away from it. Left side. Lets it fly. Going for Garcia. And that is a jump ball and almost going to be picked off as a little bit underthrown as making the adjustment and staying with Garcia.
Elizora Sotelo.
Yeah, so Sotelo almost going up and making the INT. So Lovington dodges a bullet there. Actually, number 33 is Daniel Gonzalez.
Number 4 actually was right there. I thought number 4 was the intended target and recipient of that pass. Let's see. Of the against that pass, though. That's what I meant.
So incomplete, and they will just hand it off and right up the middle, still on his feet and moving around, but not a lot of room to run. It'll be about a 2-yard gain for Ochoa. So Ochoa will make it 3rd down and 8. Not a lot of running room in there for the Cats tonight. So Gutierrez on the tackle, so 3rd down and 9 officially. Yep, ball from the 43-yard line. The Cat offense just kind of sputtering. Of course, they've gotten their big plays on 3rd and long. Let's see what they can do this time. Miranda barks out the signals, gets it. Pressure comes from the backside, throws it, and just overthrows his intended target as Garcia just over his head. On the coverage again on Garcia was Daniel Gonzalez, so incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and 9 for the Wildcats. And I'm thinking it's got to be punt time here, just trailing by 7.
Yeah, just to try to, get Denver City to have to go further down the field and to try to pin them back and give the defense chance to maybe shake things loose.
Freeman will be back deep to receive. Thompson on to do the punting. 9:32 remaining in the first half. Denver City leading 7-0. Good snap. Thompson handles it, kicks it away. It's kind of a pop-up, though. It's going to land back at about the 40, but then take a good Lovington bounce inside the 30 and going to keep rolling and finally going to be down right at the Denver City, about their 25-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10.
It was a really good form on that kick. Thompson really kicked it. He had good control of it. It was a true end over end, and when it's that high and it comes down that hard end over end, it'll stay true and bounce forward, and that's exactly what it did. So it was a good kick for Thompson.
Jonah Escalante will bring his troops back out. They lead 7-0, 9:19 to go here in the first half. Single back in the backfield is going to be Velasco. Send a man in motion, that's Freeman. Hand it off to Freeman on the end around again. He's to the 30, 35 to the 40, to the 45, and finally going to be tripped up, but another big gain of 20 yards for Freeman on the exact same play he got the touchdown on a couple of minutes ago. So Freeman, 2 carries, 84 yards, and it's another Denver City first down.
And I think that Lovington has been so busy worrying about Velasco and Escalante that has left Freeman open and ready to run.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. DC still in their own territory. Escalante gets a block, brings it near side. He's going to cross into Lovington territory, tries to bounce it back, is going to be hit at about the 48-yard line. On the stop for Lovington was Josh Carrasco. It's still going to be good for about a 6-yard gain, though. 2nd down and 4 for Denver City. So 2nd down and 4 inside Lovington territory. Clock continues to move. 8:20 remaining here in the first half. Denver City a 7-0 lead, and Coach Fontenoy wants to take a timeout. We'll just keep it right here. Say a big thank you to everybody who makes Wildcat football possible, including Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, and Nowell Pharmacy. 7-0 Denver City on the Nowell Pharmacy scoreboard. 8:20 remaining here in the first half. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan patrolling field side tonight. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So again, thanks for listening here on Z94 KZOR and watching around the world on the on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. We would appreciate that. When we get to 1,000, somebody gets $100 of my money. And also on the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. So, Don, the defense has had a couple of little yips, but has played pretty good so far through the first quarter and a quarter.
Yeah, they're working hard, and, you know, that's the problem is that you have to work so hard every play. You have to have that fanatical effort that Coach D, talks about, the FE, and you have to bring it every time. You got to have the passion in the play every time, but not so much that you draw a penalty. 2nd
and a short 4 from the Wildcat 48. Escalante throws the wide receiver screen and overthrows his intended target. Thompson had it sniffed out as he was trying to go to Freeman over there. It'll be incomplete, and so now it'll be 3rd down and a long 3, short 4.
Yeah, he was in a good place. So was Matt Garcia over there on coverage, and I saw Thompson's arms go up, and I thought, maybe. It was close, but good try.
So it'll be 3rd down and 4, 8:15 remaining first half. Denver City in Lovington territory. Wildcat defense trying to stiffen. Escalante with twins left, twins right. Good snap. Escalante keeps it himself. Block up the middle, crosses the 40, gets out of a tackle, gets to the 35, make that the 36-yard line before he is brought down. It's a 12-yard gain for Escalante, and that's the 10th first down of the half for Denver Cesar
Gonzalez in on the stop. It was there's a lot of height difference, but he stuck with it like a bulldog and really got him down.
Checking in.
Like a wildcat, I should say.
Like a wildcat. Yep. The Bulldogs are next week, and we don't want them to win. Carmona checks in at the running back position. Escalante hands it off to Velasco. Goes on a right side sweep to the 30, 20, 15, 10. Cuts it to the corner of the end zone, and one man to beat. He can't beat him, but he's down to the 1-yard line. 35 yards for Andrew Velasco, and it's another first down for Denver City. 1st and goal from the 1. Well, we've got a flag all the way back at about the 18-yard line. Denver City's indicating it may be on Lovington. If it is, they will take the result of the play.
Yeah, exactly. Cesar Gonzalez is the one who finally brought him down just shy of the end zone.
And it will be personal foul face mask on Lovington, and so that will be declined. And so it'll be 1st and goal from the 1 for Denver City. The 35-yard run will stand. So 1st and goal from the 1 for Denver City, already up by a touchdown, trying to make it 2. Not a good time for a penalty, but at least it doesn't hurt him in this case. So non-accepted penalty. You've got to think it's probably, I'm going to call the play right now, Jonah Escalante on the keeper. But we'll see. Escalante gets it. He'll hand it to Velasco, who just bowls in over the right tackle and in. So Velasco got him there, and they let him take it in for the 1-yard touchdown score for Denver City. 13-0, the point after to come. 7.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Denver City in the lead over the Cats. So the Lovington run defense has not found an answer here in the second quarter thus far. Carmona on to attempt the extra point, a left-footed kicker. As he'll put it in. Oh, he kicks it right. He just kicks it kind of backwards to my way of thinking. And he puts it through. So 7:32 remaining in the first. It's Denver City 13, Lovington nothing. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR. A 1-yard touchdown dive by Andrew Velasco, which was set up by Velasco's 35-yard run. The point after no good, and so 7.5 to go first half. Denver City leading Lovington 13-0. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us on a beautiful Friday night here in southeastern New Mexico as Carmona will tee it up at the 40 and prepare to kick it away. Cats with a couple of deep backs, and Carmona kicks it away. It'll bounce, and Olguin fields it at the 15. Brings it up to the 20, 25, gets the seam to the 30. 35, another block up to the 40. Gets out of a tackle to the 42-yard line before he is finally going to be spun down by Marco Rojas. But another good return, Don. Sets him up at the 42, make it the 43-yard line. They've got to find a way to take advantage of this good field position. They didn't do it last time. Maybe they will now.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to take it down the field and into the end zone and really finish this time. They've got to answer. We've got 7:23 left to play in the first half, and they've really got to finish here, as Coach likes to say.
From the 43-yard line, bunch everybody up tight. Aranda from the shotgun pitch it. That is on Dallas Cardenas. Welcome back to the game on Dallas as he crosses the 45 up to the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, so it'll be second down and 5 for the Wildcats. Great to see Cardenas back.
Yeah, definitely, and it was a rugged run. He didn't get there easily, but he had some good blocking around him, and he's a good guy, big guy.
Finally stopped by Ladine Martinez, the big 6'3", 225 senior, who came over from the other defensive end position to bring him down. So second and 5 after the run by Cardenas. He will be the back in the backfield this time. Send a man out wide to the left. Hand it off. Cardenas again right up the middle. Just drives through. Is going to be near midfield. Initial hit put on by Eric Escobar. It'll be a 2-yard gain for Cardenas. So now third down and 3. So the ball just shy of midfield for the Wildcats as we click down towards the halfway mark of this second quarter.
Weezer is actually going to come in for Cardenas.
And actually, that was 24, so that was Ochoa.
Sorry. I have done that before.
Cam and Ochoa.
Apologies. Yeah, my apologies to Weezer and Ochoa on that. I mixed up 20 and 24 more than once. I'll try to fix that.
Trips to the right, one to the left on third and 3. Denver City brings the heat, gunning it across the middle, and too much mustard on it, and out of the reach of a diving number 22, Anson Marquez, incomplete. And so third and 3. I don't know, this is right in the neighborhood where Coach G might think about going for it. I think he's got to find a spark for his team.
Yeah.
Again, there's a reason I'm sitting up here. I think maybe you do go for it, though.
I think he goes for it. 0. We don't have it. Is that
that's Josh Carrasco, number 8.
Oh,
it looked like a 0 the way it was bunched up till he turned around.
It's Carrasco.
Yeah, Josh
3.
Carrasco.
Yeah.
No,
Gonzalez.
number 8.
Gonzalez going in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your mic's kind of cutting out, Dawn, so having a little trouble understanding you. Aranda with the big drop. They go for it. He is hit as he throws it, puts up the wounded duck. It is going to be intercepted at the 40, to the 45, to the 50. Coming back across the 40, and so the INT is made. And so put it up, and Kason Palmer with the INT. As he got hit and hit hard, and by he, I mean Ashton Aranda, by Ladine Martinez, and that was just a wounded duck up there asking to get caught. And so a big return, and now Denver City is going to try and stretch this one out.
Yeah, they definitely are. However, you know, it was 4th down, so it goes over to them. The field position might be a little worse than if they had kicked it.
Yeah, about an 11-yard switch there, as now they're going to punch everybody in tight. Hand it off. Velasco takes it over the right tackle, gets away from one, and then squirts forward across the 35 out to about the 34-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard gain.
And 24 in on that as well. So that was Garcia and Ochoa again. Reaching up, grabbing the jersey, ripping them down.
93 yards on 9 carries for Velasco. 2nd down and 4 from the 33-yard line. High snap, handed to Velasco again. He's going to sweep it around to the right side. Gets away from the first contact and then is decked as he crosses the 30, gets to the 27-yard line. It's going to be good for another 6 yards and another Denver City 1st down.
Yeah, that was a nice hard hit. It was a clean hit.
So now it'll be 1st and 10 as Denver City inching towards the Lovington red zone, up 13-0, 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. They have controlled the clock, they have controlled the pace thus far, and they control the scoreboard. From the shotgun again, hand it off. Velasco, little stutter step at the line, squirts through, across the 15 and down to the 11-yard line before he can be brought down. It's another 16-yard gain and another Denver City 1st down. $115 yards on 11 carries for Andrew Velasco. He is tearing the Cats up. So from the 12-yard line, officially 1st and 10 from the 12. Good snap, handed off. New running back is just bowling forward inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Yeah, Carmona, number 3, thank you. As he's going to get it for about 8 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 from the 5. Carmona, 3 carries, 16 yards. And Denver City's probably not thinking 1st down. They're thinking touchdown with 4 minutes remaining here in this first half. Carmona stays in the ball game, is on the left shoulder of Escalante. High snap, it's handled. Escalante keeps it himself, is hit in the backfield and drops, so the blown play, and drops him back about the 10-yard line. Wow, they're going to give him good forward progress, only to the 6, and so they're going to move him back about 3 yards. It won't be a sack, but it will be 3rd down and about 6. So 3rd and 6 for Denver City. They are knocking on the door in Wildcat territory, trying to take advantage of the fumble.
That is on the 8-yard line.
So the 8-yard line officially. Good eye there, Don. As Escalante, he'll toss it, goes to a wide open man in the backcourt of the end zone, and the Horses run again. The touchdown pass is that's number 11. That's Palmer. So Palmer, the 8-yard touchdown catch, and that will make it a 19-0 lead for Denver City with the point after to come. So let's see if they go for 2 to try and get the missed extra point back. Looks like they will. As Escalante with it. Fake the handoff, rolls right, tosses underneath, and short arms his intended receiver on the far side. So the 2-point conversion is no good, but with 3:09 remaining in the first half, it's Denver City 19, Lovington yet to score. Back in a minute here on Z94 KZOR. Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat Football. Apologize for the folks watching on the stream about the sound the last time. Somebody, i.e. me, forgot to turn our sound back on. So out of the timeout, it is 1st and goal for the Wildcats from the 2-yard line. Denver City has been a little discombobulated the last couple plays on defense, so taking the timeout to try and settle that in. 1st and goal from the 2. Send a man in motion. Cats knocking on the door. Aranda under pressure, throws it away. Was trying to get Olguin. Cutting across from the left to the right on the goal line. It'll be incomplete, and so 2nd down and goal from the 2 with 34 seconds remaining in the half. And Lovington needing to punch this in, Dawn.
Yeah, this is imperative for them. So crucial. They've been close a couple, 3 times in this game, and they haven't finished. They need to finish here.
That's what it's about here as a play coming in from the sideline. Aranda has what he wants, so he'll trot it in, tell the big boys what they want. Going to split twins left and twins right. Cardenas is the deep back in the backfield. Aranda from the pistol this time. Hand it to Cardenas as he is going to stumble in the backfield and fall forward, and I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. Yep, no gain on the play for Cardenas as he kind of stumbled just a little bit before Daniel Gonzalez, and I believe that was Kalen Cedars, brought him down. So timeout taken by the Cats. That is their final timeout. We'll just keep it right here. Say a big thanks to Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Mann Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. Of course, we'll have your Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation going into the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. 27 seconds remaining, and Lovington with 3rd and goal at the 2, trailing by 3 scores. So I don't know what you do here, Don. I would normally say just put your beef against theirs and see who wins, but the running game has not gone well for the Cats today.
Yeah, and the run up the middle trying to, just push for 2 or 3 yards hasn't gone well. So you're right. I think you throw a quick pass, a quick short pass instead of going for the long. I think just
maybe a wide receiver screen or something.
Yeah, exactly. Just get rid of it pretty fast.
So Aranda out of the timeout from the shotgun. Send a man in motion left to right. Fake the handoff. Ashton keeps it himself, going for the corner of the end zone, and he is in. Put 6 on the board. Touchdown, Wildcats. Ashton Aranda takes it on his own legs and will punch it in on the far sideline. The Cats are on the board. He barely got away from good pursuit over there by a couple of Mustangs, but the Cats needed that one.
They did, and he got it by a foot. I guess it's good they didn't listen to me. Did their own thing. Let Ashton just run that in, and it's great to be on the board with maybe another point or 2 to go here.
Yeah, it looks like they may be thinking about going for 2, and it will be the offense in. So they're going to try and cut this down as much as they can. 21 seconds to go first half. Denver City 19, the Lovington Wildcats 6, and they will go for 2. So coming out, twins left, twins right again. Cardenas on the right shoulder of Aranda. Sent a man in motion. Aranda throws it, has a man, complete, and 2 more on the board. Alec Olguin with the 2-point conversion, and the Cats cut it down to an 11-point deficit with 21 seconds to go. First half back in a minute on KZOR. Welcome back as the Wildcats finally get on the board as they take advantage of a Denver City personal foul that keeps a drive alive and then punch it in. Ashton Aranda takes it in from 2 yards out on a quarterback keeper and then tosses it to Alec Olguin for the 2-point conversion. So 21 seconds to go in the half. The Cats now 15-8, but on the board. And they'll have the ball first in the half. Now they've got to concentrate on not giving up a score in 21 seconds.
That's exactly right.
No timeouts left for Denver City, though. So here we go as Thompson will tee it up and boot it away. It is a low line drive. Going to be fielded at the 20 by Mr. Do-Everything Freeman. Looking for some room. Gets to the 25 to the 30. Little stutter step and to the 35-yard line before he is hit and brought down, as on that stop was Adam Sanchez, the senior wide receiver playing special teams. So that took a long time to develop. 12 seconds remaining in the half. And 1st and 10 for Denver City from the 35. Be interesting to see if they choose to do anything here or if they just going to kneel it down and go into the locker room. Pardon me.
I think they try one big play.
So with 12 seconds to go, they've got one man left, one right, and Coach G going to take a timeout.
Oh.
So we'll keep it here. I think Coach G was thinking maybe they might think about doing that big play, and he just wants to make sure that his team is ready for it.
Right.
Going in man coverage, I'm not sure I don't drop, even though Denver City has had their problems in the passing game tonight. Just 3 of 7. They do have a touchdown pass. Lovington has been playing man coverage. I think I might go into a dime or a cover 2 just so I have somebody back deep. I mean, you can give them 40 yards. That's fine. That 40 yards will take the 12 seconds off the clock.
Right.
And then they don't score.
Right. You want to minimize the risk, maximize the amount of time you're taking off the clock. So that might do it if they execute it well.
So out of the Lovington timeout, Denver City going to step it on out. They're going to split one man left, one man right. Do have a single back in the backfield with Delonte. Couple of tight ends on the right side from the far hash mark. Escalante barks out the signals. Good snap. Has time, wants it all, coming near side and overthrows everybody, and it is going to be picked off as Cesar Gonzalez will get it as time expires. He's going to come near side trying to make something happen to the 40 and finally going to be slung down at the 42-yard line by Eric Escobar, but the INT will end the first half. So, wow, 19-8 our score. Denver City in the lead. Getting ready for your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. The Cats with some work to do as we go to half, but we'll take it to the sidelines. Bob Thriftway, coach's conversation.
Hey, Coach, it's in the first half with a nice score, and you've got the ball first coming out.
That's one thing about the past 4 weeks is making sure we're winning the middle 6, and so that's the last 3 minutes of the first half and the first 3 minutes of the second half. So we come out, we've got the football. They're trying to bring a lot of pressure and man us up, so we're going to have to win when we got those situations. We got to take care of Ashton a little bit better than that, and so we'll sum that up right here. And then defensively, I knew they were going to come out and be physical, so we got to challenge that physicality and stop the run.
All right, and the key and the big message at the halftime for them?
Obviously for us is finish, but the biggest message coming into it now is when we come out here, we got to win the first 3 minutes of the second half. If we can do that, we're going to put ourselves in great position.
All right, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Don Morgan with Coach G. Always appreciate Coach Gonzalez taking a little time with us. Our Bob Surftway Coaches Conversation. We'll be back in 3 minutes for your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Halftime at Wildcat Stadium, Denver City 19, Lovington 8. We'll return. Wildcat football continues in a moment on Z94. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. Halftime here from the blue turf as Denver City leading Lovington 19-8. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan patrolling Brian Urlacher Field. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. You know you're going to need the Napa Know-How for your car, whether it's parts or just advice for a brand new car, or that classic, or just that junker you're trying to keep running. The good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, they'll keep it running for you. The Napa Know-How from Lovington Auto Supply. Napa, let's go. And let's go to the stat sheet for this one. 19-8, as we mentioned, Denver City is in the lead. And let's take a look at in the Denver City ground game that has absolutely crunched the Cats. Velasco with 11 carries, 115 yards and a touchdown in that first half. Jonah Escalante, the quarterback, 10 carries, 41 yards. He was sacked once, but it was only for 2 yards. Spencer Freeman on an end around with a 64-yard touchdown run. He got 20 yards on the very next play, so he's got 84 yards on just 2 runs. And then Number 3, Junior Carmona, with 3 carries for 16 yards. Denver City was flagged twice for 20 yards in that first half. They had 13 first downs and scored no points in the first, 19 in the second. But in the yardage category, 256 on the ground, 45 through the air, 301 total yards in the first half for the Denver City Mustangs. Turning the page for the Lovington Wildcats, Ashton Aranda through the air goes 5 of 15 for 111 yards, no touchdowns, and he does throw 1 costly interception. Leading receiver, Alec Olguin. Welcome back, Alec. 3 catches for 87 yards. DeMarcus Thompson with a big 18-yard catch, which kept a drive alive, and Cesar Gonzalez with a 6-yard catch. On the ground, Aranda leads the way. He's got 17 yards on 7 carries. He did have a 2-yard touchdown run. He has been sacked twice. One of those was a sack strip fumble. So he's lost a lot of yards there, but has still managed to get it 17 yards to the good. On Dallas Cardenas, back after injury, he has 4 carries for 10 yards. Gammon Ochoa, he's had some tough running tonight. 4 carries for -3 yards. And then you've got, I can't read my own handwriting, you've got Anson Marquez with 1 carry for 2 yards. So for your Lovington Wildcats, 111 through the air, 26 on the ground, 137 total. No penalties in that first half for the Wildcats, and just 6 first downs, but they only trail by 11 points and will have the ball first to start the second half. Your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show continues with the keys to the second half right after this. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Halftime here from Wildcat Stadium in Brian Urlacher Field. The Cats trailing 19-8 to the Denver City Mustangs. I'm TJ Miracle from high above the stadium. Don Morgan patrolling field side. And Don, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm showing a lot of interference on our box, but we'll check in with Dawn.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, there you go. Well, all right.
Fine.
So, okay, keys.
I actually had the mic off.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
why I was showing.
we're getting
Yeah.
some interference from somewhere because I was showing the best signal we'd had all night. So, all right, keys to the second half, Dawn.
Well, like I said, they're going to have to find a way to move the ball forward on the ground. Yeah, they're definitely. Denver City has just been so rough on them on the running game, so they're going to have to find ways, to move forward by at least, incorporating some of the successful run game, and just the other things that he talked about. They've got to finish. I mean, you get close to the end zone, you've got to find a way into it. They just can't afford to get stalled out like this in the second half. They've got move the chains.
Well, they absolutely do, and my keys to the second half are going to echo that just a little bit, but I am going to say they've got to get better line play, and the line has done a good job, but Denver City has been completely in the face of Ashton Aranda. A lot of times it looks like they know exactly what's called, and when they rush, Lovington so far has just had no answer. Aranda has been sacked twice, but really he could have been sacked 3 or 4 times in this ball game. He got rid of one that actually got intercepted. He got decked right as he let it go. Fortunately, the interception was waved off when it became a roughing the passer, but they have got to give Aranda time to throw the ball. He's had receivers that have managed to get open, but Aranda has to make quick decisions, but he has to have time to make those decisions. I know it's kind of a which came first, the chicken or the egg kind of situation, but they've got to give him time to throw it. For the defense, stop the big play. We talked about it in the pregame show. The same thing applies here in the second half. Stop the big play, because that's really what burned them was the big play, that 64-yard end around by Freeman. And then a 25-yard completion just seemingly out of nowhere. So a couple of big plays have really hurt them, but they've got to find a way to minimize the time Denver City holds onto the ball, as they have absolutely creamed the time of possession. It's probably 3 minutes to 1, I would guess, if that was a stat I actually kept on.
They definitely have owned the clock. They have. And when you do that, you minimize the time that the other team has, and you're handicapping them on, then every play that the Wildcats have, they've got to execute it, and it's got to be effective, because they don't have as many opportunities to move the ball forward because Denver City has had the ball so much.
Well, they certainly have. So a lot of work for the Wildcats to do in the second half. They will have the ball to start the second half, trailing just by 11 points. You would think, looking at this, okay, Lovington's turned the ball over twice. They've only got 26 rushing yards. Denver City has 300 total yards in the ball game. You would think this would probably be a 35-7, 35-8 game. But no, it's just an 11-point ball game, and Lovington will have a chance to cut this down to a one-score game to start the second half. So a lot of work still to do, but Lovington is far from over in this one. And if they can pull it together in the second half and play the kind of football that this team knows it can play, they will walk out of here with their first win of the season. And that will just about do it for our Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, whether it's a classic or a junker or something new, Lovington Auto Supply, the good folks over there, will take care of you. We'll come back with the kickoff of the second half. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR. Denver City leads 19-8. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money, not the station's money, not the sponsor's money. It's coming out of my own pocket. So tell your family and friends, subscribe. Might get $100 richer just for watching your Lovington Wildcats. We're also on the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Don Morgan patrolling field side at Brian Urlacher Field. I'm TJ Miracle from high above Wildcat Stadium. Evie Stuber and Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing tonight as the Denver City and Lovington teams have come back out for the warm-up period after both bands performing tonight, doing a nice job, both of them. The Cats trailing the Mustangs 19-8. So Don Morgan, as we get ready for the start of the second half, what some final thoughts as we go into this half?
Hey, well, it was a nice job by both the bands again, but there was also a cheerleader. They were doing the youth cheerleader night tonight. Again, it said at the beginning of this game there really wasn't a theme tonight, but that was the sort of the extra activity tonight, as well as the food truck event before the game. But definitely a lot of activity here in the stands, and let's hope that those fans hang around. And Lovington needs all the boosting and the excitement that they can get behind them to try to get them revved up immediately in this third quarter. I think scoring quickly, a quick strike, and maybe a turnaround score as well, to get them back feeling like they have a chance in this game, and that they can fight the domination of Denver City. I think that's going to be very important. If they can get in and get another score on the board quickly, and then maybe force a turnover, and again, they need to do that and really start to turn the momentum of this game around right here on this first possession.
Well, you're absolutely right. As my high school football coach, Coach Butler, used to say when we were in situations like this, go out and punch them right in the face, and let's get on the board and let them realize that we're not going away and we're going to win this game. He threw in a couple other words that I can't say on the radio generally, and some other phrases, and told us to hit him in some other body parts I can't talk about on the radio either. But
some colorful quotations,
yes,
you might say.
I think so. He was from Artesia originally, so you can imagine. So, enough about my wonderful high school playing days. As we are back to the action. As the kickoff, it's a high end over-ender. Going to be fielded at the 15. Bringing it back is Thompson to the 20. 25 to the 30. Looking for a seam to the 40. To the 45. Still on his feet. 50. To the 40. To the 35 before he is finally run down from behind by Denver City as Cason Palmer brings him down. But we talked about punching him in the face. DeMarcus Thompson just punched him in the face.
Yeah, that was a good start right there, a really good start. And it was a foot race, and, man, he gave it his best shot of outrunning everybody. Just couldn't do it. Denver City has a pack. That was a pack of ponies right behind him.
If he doesn't get bumped about the 40, and I'm pretty sure that Andrew Velasco was the one who bumped him, I don't think Palmer has a chance to get him. But so they're going to say that his knee goes down at the 36-yard line. So the Cats with fantastic field position inside Denver City territory. Two backs in the backfield, two tight ends. Now they're going to move Cardenas out into the right slot. Aranda now going to move him all the way out into the right wide receiver position. They're trying to protect him. They'll throw it to Cardenas. Gets it at the 40. Makes the first man miss to the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3 for Cardenas. And I'm going to have to add another line here. So Cardenas with the 3-yard completion, second down and 7.
They have been pretty careful with Cardenas' time on the field tonight, I have noticed. He'll be in for a couple, 3 plays, and they'll pull him out. I think they're easing him back in. I mean, he was out for 3 weeks with the injury. They don't want to, make things worse tonight.
Yeah,
exactly.
They do not. From the shotgun again, Aranda with it. Pitch it on the end around. Thompson with it, taking the left side. Gets a block to the 30. Little spin move at the 25. Flag on the play. That's a hold, and he gets to the 20. It's a 14-yard gain, but it'll be coming back. Josh Carrasco with a good block, but he grabbed on and held on to big number 50, Ladine Martinez, and that's going to cost the Cats 10. It is from the spot of the foul.
Ouch.
And he was in first down territory when it came down, so it'll be second and about 9 again. So they're going to wipe out the 14-yard gain, and it'll wind up being second and 9. So the first penalty of the ball game comes at a bad time for the Wildcats. So basically it'll just be a do-over of what they had before. So second and 8 officially for the Wildcats after the 10-yard hold wipes out a first down. But a well-designed play.
Yes, it was, and execution was great except for that hold.
Trips to the right, Twins to the left. Cardenas in the slot, left side. Aranda from the shotgun, Denver City. Now, we're going to put a man in motion, and Aranda going to keep it himself. Gets a good block, is going to cut it up, and is going to get back to the line as nothing really developed. Good pursuit by Denver City as the tackle made by Elijah Gutierrez. It'll be a 1-yard gain officially for Aranda, and it's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have even been like that much, but Aranda saw a little hole and dove for it and managed to, get a yard in positive as a gain.
From the 33-yard line, 3rd down and 7, 19-8. Lovington trails by 11, 9:40 remaining here in the third quarter, just underway in the third. Twins left, Twins right. Cardenas is the deep back, Aranda in the shotgun. Aranda from the gun, good snap, good protection. Throws it, goes right side, has a man, Gonzalez, and he can't hold on to it. It slips through the fingers, he bobbles it. I thought he was going to corral it at the knee, but can't hold on. Incomplete.
It looks so close. Cesar Gonzalez.
Cesar Gonzalez. With a name like Cesar Gonzalez, I've got to work up a catch for him. If he gets that one, he's crossing the Rubicon, I think, but unfortunately can't hold on to it. So it'll be 4th down and 7. Go time for the Cats. You got to help me with these things, Don.
So what are you still working? Are you still working on the catchphrase?
I'm still working on a catchphrase. Twins left, Twins right. Man in motion is Olguin, left to right. From the gun, throw it across the middle, and that one is going to be incomplete. Lovington wanting pass interference, not going to get it, as the intended target over there
Anson Marquez, I
was
believe.
Anson Marquez, 22, but it'll be incomplete, and so they cannot take advantage of a great return by Marcus Thompson, and it'll go over on downs to Denver City. Their first possession of the half will happen at their own 33-yard line, 1st down and 10. As you can tell from my voice, it's been a long day. It's been a long week. So now it'll be up to the Lovington defense with 9:21 to go in the third, trailing by 11. Need to keep it right here. Denver City going to bunch everybody in tight, send a man in motion, and they hand it off. That is number 3. That is, I can't read my, Carmona. So Carmona going to get 3 yards on the carry, and it'll be 2nd down and 7. Looks like Denver City going to go for a control the ball and just continue to grind away style here at the early portion of the third quarter. Big guys up front, led by Brennan Garcia on the stop there on Carmona. As Escalante tosses it, and they're going to try that little pitch toss around to Freeman. Stiff arms a man to the 40, 45 to the 50, goes racing down the sideline, but steps out of bounds inside Lovington territory. He's going to have enough for the first down. So let's see, that's going to be 14, 15, 16, 17 yards for Spencer Freeman, and it'll be another Denver City first down.
Well, good pursuit. They did have several in the pack there keeping chase. Number 8, Josh Carrasco. Number 27, Anthony Gomez. And downfield, Cesar Gonzalez was going to be the last Wildcat effort.
Lovington shows blitz as Escalante comes near side. He's across the 45 and is still on his feet and falls forward as he drags a cat with him to the 40-yard line. As he's going to be brought down by Cesar Gonzalez. He's still going to pick up 5. So 5 for Escalante, 11 carries, 46 yards for him. Freeman, 3 carries, 103. 2nd and 5 now for Denver City from the 42-yard line. Make it 2nd and 6 officially. Going to split a man out wide to the right. Looks like Velasco going to go to the right side. Freeman to the left. Split backs in the backfield. Now they're going to shift them around. Escalante, high snap, handed off to Andrew Velasco. He goes right side, and the big bowling ball and Brennan Garcia have a meeting of the minds as Jose Velasco going to pick up 3, and so it'll be 3rd and 3. First carry of the game for Jose Velasco. So now it'll be 3rd down and 3. Clock continues to move. 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Lovington trailing by a score of 19-8. And the defense trying to stiffen up. With one left, one right. Split backs in the backfield again. Escalante handed off, and Velasco up the middle. Crosses the 35 to the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5. Oh, and we got a fight on the field going on. Oh, and there's flags everywhere. Coach G is not happy. Lovington saying they got the football. But I think they're going to say that happened after the play, as Anthony Gomez was scrapping pretty good under there with one of Denver City's players. I think that was Daniel Siniceros. It'll be a first down if it stands, and it's face mask on Lovington, so they'll tack it on to the end. That is a bad personal foul penalty. So the second penalty of the game for Lovington, and that is a bad one, so they'll tack it on to the end, and that's a 15-yarder. Lovington, we saw this against Hobbs. Not so much against Hobbs, but against Santa Teresa, Dawn. They've got to get their emotions under control.
Yeah, that frustration comes bubbling to the surface, and it spills out, and nothing good can come of that.
Blake Howell in the middle on this series for the Wildcats, big number 77. Escalante and Denver City with trips right, one to the left. Hand it off. That's Velasco as gets away from one, can't get away from the second. The ball is coughed out, but Denver City, and guess who? It's Freeman going to fall on it. And so it'll be a 2-yard gain for Velasco, and he fumbles it forward, and falling on it is Spencer Freeman, who's going to get 8 yards on the play, and it's 2nd down and 1. When it rains, it pours, and right now it's pouring on the Cats. So now it'll be 2nd down and 1, 6:20 remaining here in the 3rd. Denver City just going to keep grinding away. Single back in the backfield is Carmona. He's on the right shoulder. Twins to the left for Denver City. Escalante barks out the signals. He's going to keep it himself. Is hitting the backfield, and he's going nowhere. He's going to lose a couple of yards. Is shooting the gap. Ryan Weiser going to get the sack. It'll be a 2-yard loss. Second sack of the ball game by the Lovington defense, and now it's 3rd and 3.
A little of their own medicine here.
So a nice job by Weiser timing the count and coming through. So 3rd down and 3. Wildcats trying to go with the bend but don't break offense. It is going to be 4-down territory for Coach Fontenoy. So 3rd and 3 inside the Lovington red zone from the 14-yard line. Lovington shows blitz. Escalante rolls to the right side. Gonna have to tuck it, take it himself, gets to the line and is out at about the 10. He should have the first down. Good pursuit, but yep, he'll have more than enough. He'll needed 3, he gets 4, and it'll be the 16th first down for Denver City. They'll have it 1st and goal from the 10. Well, Escalante gets him a 1st and goal. Goes out of bounds, so it stops the clock with 5:10 to go in the 3rd. Denver City punches it in here. The clock definitely becomes not the Wildcats' friend. So 1st and goal from the 10 is Carmona going to have to come out. I think maybe he lost the lid down there, so he has to come out for one play. Offset eye in the backfield. And Escalante, high snap, handles it, hands it off, and pulling through. We've got a fumble. The Cats are going to fall on it, but I think we are going to have a hold, and I think it won't matter as Velasco gets it down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, flag came out.
Yeah, before the fumble, so if it's on us, Waiting to see what the call is going to be, and it'll be face mask on Lovington. And so it'll be an automatic first down. It's the personal foul variety. So that'll be 9 yards for Velasco and a 1-yard penalty on the Cats. So first and goal from the 1-inch line. So penalties biting the Cats on this drive, to be sure, Dawn.
Yes, they just try to do everything they can to stop Denver City here.
So the automatic first down, first and goal from the 1. Second personal foul of the drive against the Cats. Bunch everybody up tight. They shoot through the gap, but they cannot get a hand on Andrew Velasco. He'll put it in from 1 yard out, and Denver City will make it a 25-8 ball game with the point after to come. Gotta think they are gonna go for 2 to try and get this back to a 19-point lead. So 2 bad personal foul penalties cost the Cats on the opening drive for Denver City. 4:50 remaining in the third, still time, but Lovington is going to have to kick it into high gear. The snap is high. Carmona boots it, and does it go through? Waiting on a signal, and it is good. So 4:50 remaining in the third quarter. Denver City 26, Lovington 8. We'll be back in 1 minute. Wildcat football continues on KZOR. Two personal foul face mask penalties keep the drive alive for the Denver City Mustangs. Wipes out a couple of fumbles, and they punch it in from 1 yard out on a dive by Andrew Velasco. The point after is good from Carmona, and with 4:50 remaining in the third quarter, Denver City is back up by 18 points, 26-8. That's what I was trying to say. She's Dawn Morgan, who's much better at math than I am. I'm TJ Miracle. As Carmona will boot it away. It's a little squibber this time, and Lovington just going to watch that one go out of bounds at the 35.
And flag.
Yep, that's the illegal kickoff, and so I'm thinking Coach G is going to make them kick it again. I'm thinking that's what I would do. They'd have it at the 35. I think I make them kick it again and see what happens, because Denver City, they didn't want to kick it again because they've had some trouble on the Lovington return game.
Yep, they're kicking it again.
So it'll be a 5-yard penalty on Denver City. Just their third penalty of the ball game for 25 yards. And I think this is the right call for Coach G. They have done very well in the return game tonight. So I think Coach Fontenoy, I think it's smart trying to give his team a better opportunity to not give up the big play. But he's got to keep it on the turf. Can't kick it out of bounds. So now Carmona prepares to boot it again. They're ready to go, and he will boot it this time. A sidewinder that Olguin's going to get back at the 20, to the 25, to the 30. And he did a nice job keeping it on the sideline, so not a lot of room for Olguin to run. He's going to be popped down out of bounds by Eleazar Sotelo. But still an okay return, and Lovington, well, it's pretty much 6 of one, half dozen of the other. They'll have it at the 34-yard line. First down and 10. And now trailing by 18. They need to score. It's back to a 3-score game here.
Still got 4:44 to play in this third quarter, so they got some time to turn things around and try whittling away at that Denver City lead. They've got to do it now.
Got nearly 17 minutes left to play, but yeah, you're right. I think they need to score quickly here. Twins left, Twins right. Cardenas in the backfield with Aranda. And the Snap,
jumped,
they
not
didn't jump, but they
offside.
didn't break the line. So Denver City is going to show blitz. Aranda ready for it as the blitz comes. It's picked up well. Ashton starts stepping up in the pocket, now rolls right, throws it underneath, and sliding back, trying to get to it is Gonzalez, but not able to hang on to the sidewinder. Incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Aranda got good protection that time, but when he stepped up in the pocket, nobody was open. Good coverage for Denver City. Incompletion stops the clock with 4:35 to go in the third.
Doesn't matter how much time you do or you don't have. If there's nobody open, nobody to throw to, your options are limited. If you don't have any room in front of you to run, you just got to try what he did, which is just to find somebody to complete it too.
Twins left, Twins right. Good snap. Aranda handles it. Steps up, wings it down the left side, has Olguin at the 40, and can't hang on to it as it pops out as he was drugged down from behind. Good coverage down the field there by Ceniceros, but it is incomplete. If Olguin has that, he's probably going to run a long way, but incomplete, and now 3rd down and 10. The Cats' offense kind of just feels like when your car is stuck in neutral.
Yeah.
It just kind of feels that way. It's revving.
Right.
And
working,
sometimes.
it's working.
Mm-hmm. Or like if you're driving a standard transmission car, sometimes it'll pop down into neutral, then it'll jump back into gear, and then you kind of jerk along for a minute, and it might run really good for a minute. We've seen that, but then it pops back into neutral, and that's kind of what the offense has felt like tonight. As timeout going to be taken by, by Lovington, as I think they're thinking they're kind of stuck in neutral too. So they're going to try and figure out a way to maybe bungee cord that gear shift into overdrive. 4:26 remaining in the third quarter. Denver City 26, Lovington 8. We're back in a minute on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Back to it. Twins left, Twins right. From the shotgun, Aranda out of the Lovington timeout. They trail by 18. Aranda with time. Rolls near side. Looks downfield. Still looking. And finally going to be pushed out of bounds. Back at the 30-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard coverage sack. And credit that sack to Noel Madrid. Give part of it, too, to Elijah Gutierrez. So a 4-yard coverage sack. 3rd of the night for Denver City. And now it is 4th and 10. From back at the 30, I'm thinking the Cats are going to have to punt here, Dawn Morgan.
Yeah, I think that they're so far back, they've really got to. Although, watch for the fake.
And Aranda he can punt it, but it gives you the option. And Denver City's playing it like they're thinking it might be. They do have a man back deep. That's Freeman. And so a good snap, and Ashton will pop it up as it goes into the wind, and it's going to bounce and then take a Denver City bounce, and Marquez going to jump on it at the 44-yard line. Winds up being just a 14-yard punt as the wind feels a little gusty, and so maybe that held it up a little bit.
It has suddenly gotten cool and windy down here, so maybe there's, it's coming off of a little storm somewhere.
So from the 45-yard line, Denver City takes over, leading by 18 with 4:08 to go here in the third quarter. As Escalante will bring his troops back out. Going to send Twins to the left and one to the right. Single back in the backfield on the left shoulder is Carmona. Send a man in motion. Fake the end around, and they will toss it to Freeman, and it is off of his shoulder pads. He had 6 on the board, but not able to corral it, and a bullet dodged by the Wildcats.
Yeah, Adam Gomez was downfield with him, but a few steps behind him, so it was lucky that was either overthrown or underrun, one of the two.
Yeah, I think it was just misplayed a little bit. But we'll take it. 4:01 to go. 2nd down and 10 from the Wildcat 45. Great field position for Denver City. Twins left, 1 right. Hand it off. That is Carmona. It's away from Garcia. He crosses the 40 and is going to be near the 35-yard line before he is finally wrestled down on the far side by Cameron Ochoa. And it will be 10 yards exactly, and it'll be enough for a first down. Carmona, 29 yards on 5 carries. That is the 18th first down of the ball game for Denver City. Yowza. Clock continues to move. 3:45 remaining in the 3rd. Denver City with Twins left. Escalante keeps it himself. Starts it to the left and bounces back to the right. Drags a couple of Cats with him. He was hit behind the line, but somehow manages to get it to the 30. They should put him at the 31. Let's see where they set it down. Yep, and it will be at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4 for Escalante. 52 yards, 14 carries for the junior quarterback for Denver City. So from the far hash mark, Twins left, Twins right. Denver City trying to put paid to Lovington. Hand it off. Carmona, big hole up the middle. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and inside the 5 before he is run down. Finally, touchdown saving tackle by Matthew Garcia, but it'll be good for 23 yards, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Mustangs. Yikes.
Yeah, Denver City has just been so dominant in this game.
Yeah,
And
they've already got.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say they've already got 2 runners over the century mark, and when you add Carmona and Escalante together, they're over 100 yards combined. So on 1st and goal from the 3, handed off and into the end zone untouched. And that's going to be to Jose Velasco from 3 yards out, and Denver City takes the 32-8 lead. 2:29 remaining here in this 3rd quarter. And you just kind of feel the air go out of the stadium, Dawn.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really quiet, and you feel the frustration of these players on the sideline.
Carmona for the point after. Trying to make it 33-8. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and waiting on a signal, and it is good. So 2:29 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Denver City 33, Lovington 8. We'll be back in 1 minute on Z94, KZOR, and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Three-yard touchdown run by Jose Velasco that was set up by a 23-yard run by junior Carmona. The point after is good. So with 2:29 to go here in the 3rd, Denver City all over the Cats, 33-8. The kickoff is going to go through the back of the end zone. That one catching a little wind and going all the way out. Nothing Old Gein can do. First and 10 from the 20 for the Wildcats. With Don Morgan on Brian Urlacher Field, I'm TJ Miracle. Up in the booth here at Wildcat Stadium, Evie Stuber, Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing. So time for the Cats to see if they can get the car out of neutral. Still a lot of time in this one, but Lovington is going to have to figure something out and figure it out quick.
Yeah, they're going to have to just get reignited too.
Twins left, twins right. Cardenas is the deep back. Aranda from the gun, rolls near side, tosses across his body, and cannot make the connection. His intended target, Angel Gonzalez, incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
Number 87, Angel Gonzalez.
As Ashton has misfired on his last 5 attempts. So it'll be second down and 10 from the 20. 2:22 remaining. Of course, next up for the Cats, we've got another home game. This has been a strange season, 5 consecutive home games. Not sure the last time I saw that. Twins left, twins right. From the gun, Aranda. Good snap. Fake the handoff and rolls. Is hit, gets away from one, and is knifed down back around the 10-yard line. Ooh, there ought to be a piling on that one. A very late hit coming, but they're going to say no, and it'll be a sack back to the 11-yard line. And so it'll be third down and 19. 4th sack of the ball game. That's as many sacks as Aranda has gone down all season to tonight.
Yeah, that defense, I mean, that Denver City line, that's just amazing.
Yeah, that D is just absolutely creaming them. So third and 19, trips to the right, one to the left. Aranda takes it, drops back, is going to roll near side, directs traffic, going to let it fly, and has a man, but I'm pretty sure, yep, he was out of bounds as he was trying to get Gonzalez coming near side. So it's third and 19, punt time for the Wildcats. So Denver City still with time to work. And the Cats keeping it close early into the third quarter, but things have just not gone their way, and Denver City has put their foot on the pedal. So with a 4th down and 19, it'll be punt time for Lovington. That'll be Thompson on to do the punting duties. Denver City not going to send anybody after it as Thompson boots it away. Going to bounce at the 30, take a good Lovington bounce out to the 40, and then takes another bounce in Denver City's favor back to the 38-yard line. So Denver City will have it first and 10 from the Lovington 38. Good field position for the team in red and white.
Yeah, the punting also maybe has been a little bit of a problem tonight. I mean, Lovington has had to turn it over that way several times, and they've had a lot of short kicks tonight.
Well, they've been kicking into the wind, too, and that has something to do with it. But
well, the wind really just got up and has been a factor during this, this kick, really.
So Denver City takes over first and 10 from the Lovington 38. Escalante puts a man in motion, fake the handoff, looks to pass, has time, throws it down the field, has a man, it is complete, and it is into the end zone as he finds his man and guns it down 38 yards for the touchdown.
I think that's 11.
So
Palmer.
that'll be Palmer. So Palmer's second touchdown catch of the night is good from 38 yards out. He's got 2 catches for 46 yards, both of them touchdowns. And that will make it 39-8. Denver City not wasting any time going for the jugular. Going to try and make this a 32-point deficit. High snap, but Escalante gets it down. Carmona gets it no good as it'll blow wide to the right. So 1:12 remaining in the third. Denver City 39, Lovington 8. We're back in a minute on KZOR. One play, 38-yard touchdown strike from Jonah Escalante to Kason Palmer. The point after is no good, but it is still a 31-point lead now for Denver City, 39-8 over the Cats.
Oh, they had to put the ball back on as the wind blew it off.
That tends to happen sometimes, as they will give it to Carmona. He signals he's ready, and he will kick it away. It is a high end-over-ender into the wind, and it'll be muffed as Olguin going to have to get it in the end zone. Brings it out, 15 to the 20, 25 to the 30, has a block, 35 to the 40, cuts it back to the 45, to the 50, to the sideline. It is a foot race, caught from behind, drags Denver City players with him, but he is down inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. Olguin with a huge return, first down Wildcats. They've been trying for it all night long, and a huge return for Olguin. Now the Cats need to cash in because they're in danger of getting this to running clock.
Yes, they've got to punch it in. They've got to here. They've been close, and they've come up short a few times, but they can't afford that here.
Mark it at the 17-yard line. Down by Mr. Everything, Spencer Freeman. So 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. The Cats with under a minute to play in the third, trailing by 31. Twins left, one to the right. From the gun is Aranda. Cardenas hand it to on Dallas, hit the backfield, gets away from the first one, reverses his field, comes across the 20 and down to about the 14-yard line. He had to run about 35 yards to wind up with a 5-yard gain, but it'll be 2nd down and 5. Tackle going to be made in on it, at least, was Ladine Martinez, among others. So 2nd down and 5. 30 seconds remaining as the Cats don't have to run another play in this third quarter, and I'm not sure they will. 2 seconds difference between game clock and play clock. And nope, the Cats are going to try and run one more here in the third quarter. With Twins left, one to the right, 2nd down and 5. Cardenas on the right shoulder of Aranda. Low snap, Ashton handles it. Pressure comes, rolls near side, throws back across his body and skips it into Cardenas at the buzzer. Incomplete, and we head to the fourth. It's Denver City on top of this one, 39-8. We're back in a minute for the fourth on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. Start of the fourth quarter. The Cats trailing the Denver City Mustangs 39-8 with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. It'll be a 3rd down and 5. A huge return by Alec Olguin. But now the Cats have it 3rd and 5 from the Denver City 12. And Dawn, the Cats have managed to get it deep in Denver City territory 4 times this game, but have only managed to punch it in the once.
That's a
So here we go with 3rd down and 5. They can get the first down. Lovington going to send trips to the left, one to the right. Cardenas on the right shoulder of Aranda. Good snap, Ashton handles it. Blitz comes near side, throws it, and is it complete? If it is, it's a touchdown. Yes, it is. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats as our Gonzalez crosses the Rubicon and the goal line from 12 yards out, and the Cats strike back. Second catch of the ball game for 18 yards, but that is a biggie. Gonzalez with the catch. I was afraid that one had skipped in on him, but the side judge right there on top of it said, indeed, touchdown. So first play of the quarter, and the Cats are back on the board. So the Cats will go for 2. And they'll line them up, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Send a man in motion. That's Gonzalez, right to left, putting back in the slot. Aranda backpedals, fires near side, complete to Cardenas, and he is into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And I thought he had it already and stopped. And it was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not in the end zone. So takes it in, 2 more on the board. Makes it 39-16. The Cats are still fighting. We'll just keep it right here with 11:52 to go in the ball game. And Dawn, if you are the Cats, do you try the onside here?
Yeah, I think you do.
Of course, they do not have their normal place kicker out there, Lucas Contreras, who is an onside specialist, among other things. But DeMarcus Thompson has acquitted himself pretty well in the kickoff duties.
Right, he has, and he's had a couple of good punts as well.
So we'll see what the Cats opt to do here, as they will have the wind at their back here in the fourth quarter. And if they want to have any prayer now, trailing by 23, not impossible, they are going to have to do the onside kick. And actually putting it up on the tee is going to be Jose Ornelas, number 35. Sometimes Brennan Garcia handles onside kicks as well. But Jose Ornelas, the junior, looks like he will attempt the onside here. And Denver City has put everybody up close. If you can do it here, if you're Ornelas, if you can pop it back to around the 35-yard line, that would give you the best shot of recovering it. But we'll see what they're thinking here. So Ornelas has it teed up, hands team on the front line for Denver City. Now they're going to back it off as Ornelas will come up to the line, and he's just going to kick it, and it'll wobble, and the Cats have it at the 50 as Denver City thought that he was going to kick it away, and the Wildcats got it back as Cardenas comes out with it. The Cats get the onside kick. They run with it 11 yards. First down, Wildcats.
Yeah, it went just far enough. I was afraid that it wasn't going to be far enough for them to qualify, but it was.
And
so
now
this
they're
is
talking
exactly,
about it to see if it got touched before it went 10 yards. They were all around it, and it was wobbling. And yep,
nope,
they
they're
got
gonna
it.
Say yes.
So the Wildcats will have it from the Denver City 49-yard line, first down and 10.
And now this is something the Wildcats cannot afford to
Fontenot,
let go. He's got to capitalize on it, and Fontenoy is beside himself over there.
He and his entire coaching staff are nearly at the hash mark.
And they're talking
to
one of the refs there,
giving him an earful to the line judge over there, the side judge. So Lovington football inside Denver City territory after the successful onside. Twins left, Twins right. Good snap. Aranda from the gun. Looks near side, has Olguin at the 30, and Alec in and out as he was turning in. The ball went out, and it is incomplete. And so it'll be second down and 10. Alec, underthrown a little bit, was trying to adjust to come back to it. But he has been open a couple of times tonight. Of course, Denver City has not been able to see a lot of film on Olguin because he's been out since week 2. So 11:41 remaining in the ball game. Lovington after the onside kick. Going to try and cut this down even more. They trail by 23. Twins left, Twins to the right. Olguin in the slot, left side. Deep back is Cardenas. Rolling right and under pressure. We got a flag on the play. And just throw it and have a man. That's Garcia, but this one's coming back. We're going to have a hold in the backfield. So completed to Garcia for 14, but it's actually going to wind up being second down at about 25 because that happened well behind the line. Bad time for a holding call. As we wait for the official signal, and it will be holding on the Wildcats, so a 10-yard penalty, and it'll repeat second down. And it is from the spot of the foul, so they should march it. It'll be inside the 40. Right at the 40, so it happened not far behind the line. So it'll be second down and 21 for the Wildcats. Yowza.
Yeah, it just seems like every time they've done something good, something will happen afterwards, either a penalty or,
Only
the city
three, only
negates it somehow.
Only 4 penalties tonight, but they have been costly ones. So it'll be second down and 21. 4 receivers set. Blitz comes. Aranda from the back foot and throws it, and falling down his intended target. That was Olguin.
It was Olguin again. Freeman almost had it.
Yeah, almost had the third interception of the night. Second interception of the night, I should say. So now it is third down and 21 for the Wildcats. 11-11 on the clock. Lovington gets the onside kick, but a bad hold as Aranda running for his life puts him in a third and 21 situation. Trailing by 23. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Cardenas on the right shoulder of Aranda. Blitz comes from Denver City. They pick it up. Aranda just going to squirt through. Comes near side. We've got a hold. And across the 40, but I think it may be on Denver City.
I think it is, and I think it's on. I think it was a hold. They were holding our number 22, Anson Marquez, down here.
It's a 24-yard gain if it stands. So where's the man in the white hat?
Yep.
There he is. So let's see, as they're talking about it, as the head official talking with the line judge on the near side.
And they're talking to Aranda as well.
Now let's see what the call's going to be. It's from the 40. And Ashton going to pick up the flag and hand it, and they're going to wave it off. And so it'll be a 24-yard gain and move the chains. First down, Lovington. So first down for the Wildcats. Aranda on the keeper. Keeps the Cats' drive alive from the 35-yard line. Whew.
Yeah.
Inside Denver City territory. First down and 10, Lovington football. Cardenas shifts to the left shoulder of Aranda. Stacked 3 near side. Ashton with time. Now he's going to be flush. Steps up, hit back at midfield, and owie. He gets caught in a Denver City sandwich. That was Sinacetos and Gonzalez.
30, 50, and 66. It was a triple-decker.
It was a triple-decker, yeah. Ouch, and they're going to put him down at the 47-yard line. So that is another 17-yard sack, 5th sack of the night for Denver City. And so it is second down and Tatum, second and 27.
Oof. It's just been painful. Again, start, stops. Make something good happen and then take 2 steps back.
Are they driving in 5 o'clock traffic? As they split out, Cardenas wide to the left side. From the gun, Aranda with it. Gonna be flushed, comes near side, steps back, lets it fly. Has Olguin at the 10, he lays out. And does he come down with it? He's got it at the 5-yard line.
What a catch. It was a diving catch. He leaped in the air. It was, he looked like a cliff diver with a lot of water and a lot of space in front of him, but it was just blue turf.
4th catch tonight for Alec Olguin, and it'll be first and goal from the Wildcats. They'll give it to Cardenas. Starts it on a left sweep and gets swallowed up.
It's going to be about a 1-yard loss.
So a 1-yard loss.
Spotted on the 6.
For Cardenas, 6 carry, 14 yards. Not a lot of running room tonight for the Wildcats. So second and goal from the 6 as Olguin keeps another Cats drive alive. 4 catches, 130 yards. That is amazing. 38, 50, and 43. His other one was for a 1-yard loss. His first catch back. And they'll put Olguin in the slot on the right side. Cardenas to the left shoulder of Aranda. And whistle's going to sound as timeout going to be taken as Denver City wants to talk about it. 9:15 remaining in the ballgame. Denver City 39, our Wildcats 16. Back in a minute, more Wildcat football on KZOR. Wildcat Stadium out of the Denver City timeout. It is 2nd and goal from the 6. Cats trying to punch it in after a successful onside kick. Then a huge catch by Alec Olguin to keep the drive alive. Low snap. Aranda handles it. He's going to step up. He's going to come near side. Just takes it himself and runs it into the left corner of the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. Ashton Aranda has his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. And the Wildcats have chipped it away. Now trailing by 17, 39-22 with the point after to come. And Aranda thought about handing it off, but saw that no chance there. Then thought about throwing it and finally saw the lane and took it, Dawn.
Yeah, he had a great run up right in front of me here. He did. He's exactly that. He recognized, hey, there's a space. I can turn the corner in time. I think I can get there, and he did. Trying
to cut it down to a 15-point lead. Going to spread Denver City out. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Empty set in the backfield. Aranda, 3-step drop, has time. Still with time, rolls right side. Looking, now he's going to roll back to the right. Come on, Ashton, find somebody, guns it across his body, and it'll be incomplete. As not able to hang on to the football as Matthew Garcia. I thought he was going to gun it to Cardenas, who'd come free for a moment on the near side, but he does not. We'll just keep it right here with 9:07 to go. So, Dawn, the difference, it's now a 3-possession game instead of a 2-possession game. That's what they were going for with the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, the challenge here is going to be, maybe they could do an onside kick again and get it back like they did, go for 2 in a row. But the challenge will be to not let Denver City get the ball and just hang on to it. They have done that so much, and they really have time of possession all over the Wildcats during this game, and Wildcats can't afford to let them do that here. They've got 9 minutes, and the Wildcats really need the ball back, and they need to be able to get, again, not just 2 but 3 scores on the board.
Yeah, you've got to think Coach Fontenoy, if he can get his team and get them the ball here, because Lovington is going to kick it on sides. If they can get them the ball, you got to think it's just going to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust, West Texas Permian Basin football.
You bet. Denver City is going to just hang on to it, I think.
9:07 to go, so another critical onside kick, and on to do the kicking duties again will be Jose Ornelas. Did it perfectly last time. I don't think Denver City's going to be drifting back this time, though.
They're going to be ready for it, so it's going to be a lot tougher to execute.
Hands team on the sidelines, or rather on the front line for Denver City. You have 1 man back deep just in case. This might be where you thought about that little intermediate pooch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Ornelas tees it up at the 40. Lovington trailing by 17, 39-22. Ornelas directs traffic, comes up on it, and he will just spin it, and that is into the hands of a Denver City Mustang. It was off one of the Mustangs, but guess who?
Number 1, Freeman.
Freeman has had a heck of a night. He'll fall on it at the 45-yard line. So now look for old-fashioned 3-yard and a cloud of dust football, as Denver City, I think, going to try and just eat clock here. If you're Coach Fontenoy, you might do the whole take 1 shot like you did earlier and then just run it right down Lovington's throat. I think that's exactly what the game plan's going to be. They might take a shot early, and then they're just going to sit on it.
Lovington D is just going to have to do everything they can to shake it loose.
And they've got Andrew Velasco is the single back in the backfield as he's talking to Josiah Escalante. Shifts him around to the left shoulder. And Escalante thinks about pitching it. Now he's going to bring it near side and is going to step out, and we'll have a hold. And I'm not sure why Escalante would have taken that one out of bounds. Good pursuit by Joshua Carrasco, but it'll be a holding on Denver City. So that'll be their 4th penalty of the night for 35 yards, and it'll be 1st down and 20 now for DC. In some ways, this is almost worse for Lovington.
Right.
Because it gives them more time to eat more chunks of yardage. And more room to work with. So that hold, it would have been 2nd down and 9. Instead, it's 1st and 11. It basically gives them a free down to try and eat some time. Just under 9 minutes to go. Lovington needing 3 scores here. Denver City puts everybody in close to the line. Escalante sends a man in motion, handed off to that motion man. As around and running for his life is Palmer. He's to the 40, to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he will take it in for the Denver City touchdown. 65 yards on the end around for Kason Palmer. And the big play bites again. And we have seen that. It has scored for Denver City twice. This time Palmer gets it into the end zone on the end around. So the point after to come. I think they were content to just try and run it, Dawn, but Lovington gave him the touchdown.
And I guess it was just blown coverage.
Yeah, they totally lost Palmer on the when he went in motion. No better way to say it.
Right.
Lovington has played pretty well at times tonight, but some mental errors as the kick is up, and it is gonna be no good. And so another missed extra point. 8:41 remaining in the ball game. It's Denver City 45, Lovington 22. We're back in a minute on KZOR. Kason Palmer takes an end around, and the Ponies rush it all the way to the house, 65 yards. The point after is no good, and on the kickoff, it's going to bounce and be bobbled by the Cats back at the 15. Now going to be kicked around, and just having to fall on it is Alec Olguin. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. 8.5 minutes to go here in the ball game. Denver City up 45-22 with Don Morgan field side. I'm TJ Miracle. Evie Stuber, Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing. So from the 15-yard line, first down and 10 for the Cats. They're going to have to go hurry-up mode, I'm thinking, Dawn.
Yeah, they definitely just want to use as little clock as they can.
One thing about the Cats, they will never give up.
Nope, they keep fighting.
And so, yeah, they're going to go hurry-up, I've got to think here. Trailing now by 23 points. From the shotgun, as always, Aranda. He has time. Now going to be pressured. Steps up. Bounces right. Guns it out. And that one almost picked off. He was trying to get Garcia out about the 28-yard line. Knocked away at the last minute by Carmona. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Cats. .169 through the air for Ashton Aranda. As he gets the play call in from the sideline. Of course, next Friday night, we'll be right back here at the friendly confines of Wildcat Stadium as the Artesia Bulldogs come into town. Talk more about that in the Now Pharmacy postgame show. Trips to the right, a bad snap. Ashton picks it up off the turf. Rolls near side, just tosses it, trying to get a man. And it is complete. A great catch going to be made by Cesar Gonzalez.
And then he came down and he made sure he got his 2 toes. He just scooted them on the blue turf before he stepped out of bounds. Great body awareness and nice completion. He really had to kind of climb the ladder for that one, too.
14-yard completion. Out to make it a 15-yard completion. And it'll be a first down for the Cats. 184 through the air now for Aranda. First down and 10 on their 9th first down of the ball game. From the 29-yard line. Send a man in motion. Now they're going to throw it underneath, and Gonzalez can't hang on to it as it popped out of his hands. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. So trying to get the passes moving a little bit faster there, Dawn, to get it to lessen the pressure.
Right. And the good thought, they just haven't been able to complete as many as they've attempted and would have liked to. But they're still working, and it's 7:55 left in the game, and Lovington has time. They just need to get downfield as quickly as they can and punch it in.
They got to score and score fast. So trailing by 23. 3 receivers to the right side. Aranda with it, rolls near side, comes near side, trying to get, and has
Cardenas.
his receiver Cardenas as he is slung down at the 38 in Denver City territory by Daniel Gonzalez and moved the chains. First down, Cats. 22 yards to Cardenas, 10th first down of the ball game for Lovington.
And he beat pretty good coverage by Andrew Velasco on that to get it and hang on to it.
2:06 now through the air for Ashton Aranda. Clock moves, 7.5 to go. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Man to the left is Marquez. Aranda rolls right side, rolls right into Denver City coverage. Now comes back near side, tosses it, and throws it to a coach, and that's going to be intentional grounding.
There's nobody close enough. O'Gean tried to hurry over here as soon as he could, but can't save that.
And they're not going to throw the intentional. They're not going to call it. I'm not complaining.
That's right. We won't complain about it.
We've seen it too many times this season where that has been called 3 or 4 times against Ashton, but they decide not to that time.
We'll take it.
We will. 2nd down and 10 from the Denver City 39-yard line. 7:17 remaining in the ball game. Trips right, 1 left. Aranda from the gun, steps up, fires it, finds a man in a little soft zone across the 30, down to the 28, and it is Olguin.
Oh, Olguin, my bad.
So Olguin gonna have it from the 39 to the 25, 26. So a 13-yard completion moved the chains for the Wildcats.
Nice.
143 for Olguin. Lovington now picking up the tempo. Low snap, Ashton handles it. Has time, comes near side, looks, fires, has Gonzalez at the 15. Nifty little move back to the 10. Cuts it back, goes inside and put it in the end zone. 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats. 26 yards as Cesar Gonzalez crosses the Rubicon into the end zone again for the Wildcat touchdown.
That was a great piece of running right there. Just incredible. Twice he stopped, shifted gears, changed directions, and then put it into overdrive and got into the end zone. That was a nice run.
Yes, it was. That'll make it 45-28. Still more than half of this quarter remaining. So Lovington,
of course, it was a good pass to get it into his hands in the first place.
Yeah, Denver City decided to go a little soft on that one, and Lovington made him pay as they picked the zone apart. Good snap, go for 2. Going to throw the toss-up ball back corner for Garcia as he can't get away in enough separation from Freeman. So the point after, no good. And with 6:45 remaining in the ball game, it's Denver City 45, Lovington 28. We are back in a minute on KZOR. Cesar Gonzalez makes 2 nifty moves and winds up in the end zone for the Wildcat touchdown. The point after, no good. The two-point conversion failed, and with 6:45 to go, Lovington trailing 45-28, but not going away. With Don Morgan on Brian Urlacher Field on TJ Miracle high above Wildcat Stadium. So another onside kick attempt. Jose Ornelas gonna try and do it again. Keep it away from Freeman near side if you can. And they're going to change it, and Weiser's going to kick it to the far side. The ball is loose on the turf, and the Cats may have it. It's going to depend. Yes, they're pointing Cats football. The side judge, nope, they changed it. The side judge came in and pointed Lovington football, but
he was coming from the wrong direction, really, to be able to see it. And as I said, they were kind of turned more toward me, and I could see the ball go under red and white.
And I'm pretty sure the recovery made by Kason Palmer, who's had a heck of a ball game as well for Denver City. Credit where credit is due. Of course, with Denver City, Lovington being next door neighbors, they're really all our kids. First, we are the Lovington crew, and a timeout going to be taken as Lovington wants to talk about it. They've got to figure out a way to get a turnover if they can. Denver City, I've got to think, is just going to keep it on the ground here, Dawn, as we'll keep it right here. Say a big thank you to our friends at Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, and Now Pharmacy. Sorry, Dawn, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. I was just going to say, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to keep it on the ground. They just want to eat clock with this possession, and Lovington is just going to be that much harder. Defense is just going to have to make some moves and try to shake it loose, get the ball back, because to have any chance at all, Lovington has to get the ball back and find the end zone again. I still can't believe that run by Gonzalez was so good. You know, you might think that the words quick and fast mean the same thing. They're two different things on the football field, and Gonzalez just showed how being quick on your feet is a real advantage.
Escalante from the shotgun. He's got split backs in the backfield. He is going to hand it near side and coming around. That is Velasco. He's into Lovington territory. Comes to the sideline to the 40 and bumped out of bounds inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. It'll be a 25-yard gain for Velasco. He's got 146 yards rushing unofficially, and that is the 21st first down for Denver City. So now inside Lovington territory. He went out of bounds, so it stops the clock at 6.5 minutes. So split backs in the backfield for Escalante as they have gashed Lovington all night on the run. Handed off on the little counter. Trey Velasco goes inside the 25 to the 24-yard line before he's brought down. It's another 5 yards. 151 now for Velasco on 15 carries. He's averaging more than 10 a carry. That is just massive.
Yeah, that's tough to counter. If you don't have an answer for that, that's going to bite you every time, and you're gonna lose so many points looking at that stat.
And Denver City they're moving up with still 20 seconds left on the play clock. Under 6 to go here in the ball game. They'll hand it to Velasco again on the left sweep, and he's going to be hit after about a 3-yard gain. Is coming down the line is Weiser with him and making the stop. So 2-yard gain on that one officially, and so now it'll be 3rd and 3. But he keeps it in bounds. And so, therefore, just going to keep the clock moving. And unless Lovington can find a way to force a turnover here, nothing they can do about it. Denver City wants to eat as much time as they can and get another score if they can. Leave Lovington not enough time to mount the furious comeback. Lovington shows blitz, high snap. Escalante with it, handed off. That's Velasco again. And that was Jose Velasco.
Close. Yep, they're going to give it to him. First down.
Yep, he needed 3. They're going to give him 4, and it'll be the 22nd first down for Denver City. And a score update from the other Lee County game tonight in Hobbs. The Eagles win homecoming 30-20 over Rio Rancho and will improve to 5-0 on the year. So congratulations to the Hobbs Eagles. So it'll be first down and 10 from the 19-yard line. Denver City just going to keep the clock moving. 4.5 remaining in the ball game, up 45-28. From the shotgun, hand it to Velasco again. He's hit behind the line. pushes forward and is going to get back to the line, but not going to get any more than that as Anthony Gomez, number 27, the senior linebacker, hits him first. And they're actually going to play, so 2nd and 11. So 2nd and 11, but again, it doesn't really matter. Lovington with just one timeout left. And Denver City inside the Wildcats red zone. And looking down on the sideline, Matthew Garcia limping just a little bit. I think trying to walk it off. They need him when they get the ball back. Split backs in the backfield for Escalante. Hand it to Velasco, and he's just going to rug his way forward. A rugby run down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. So Velasco another 4 yards, and so now it's 3rd down and actually 5 on the play. So 3rd and 5. 158 on 17 carries, and timeout is going to be taken with 3:32 remaining in the ball game. That is Lovington's final timeout, and we'll keep it right here, Dawn. They have to find a way to stop them on this 3rd down. No question about it.
Right.
If they get another 1st down, this game is effectively over. So Lovington, and this is going to be 4-down territory for Coach Daniel Fontenoy, you've got to think.
Yeah, I mean, Denver City has been in this position before, and during this game, they've almost always converted. They did have to turn it over once, I think, in that first quarter, right?
Yeah, it was 1st or 2nd. It was in the first half for sure. So 3:32 remaining as Lovington has got to find a way to keep Denver City from getting 5 yards and 2 downs. And it has been a tough road tonight. I mean, we're looking at probably 400 rushing yards for Denver City tonight. No more when I run the numbers during the Now Pharmacy postgame show. High snap, Escalante handles it, gives it to Velasco. He's to the 10, to the 5, still on his feet and down at the 1-yard line. As that was Jose Velasco, as Lovington trying to strip it away, but now it'll be 1st and goal for Denver City. 26 yards on 7 carries for Jose Velasco. And so 1st and goal from Denver City. And they are trying to put the nail in the coffin from the 1-yard line. Thing about the Cats, they never give up, and they never gave up in this ball game. But just too little too late. Until late, they didn't seem, to get the offense, and we talked about it and used the auto analogy. Our friends at Lovington Auto Supply be happy about that, not happy about the score, but been stuck in neutral for much of the game, and they'll hand it forward, and banging in and into the end zone for the touchdown is Carmona. Oh, nope, it was Velasco again, so he'll get it from 1 yard out for the touchdown and make it a 51-28 ball game. 2:44 remaining in this one. And another point after attempt coming for Denver City. So even when Lovington has gotten the offense in gear, the defense has just not been able to slow down the Mustangs. The Ponies are running as the kick is up, and that one is going to be good. So 2:44 remaining in the ball game. Denver City 52, Lovington 28. We'll be back in a minute. Wildcat football continues on KZOR. Jose Velasco has a 12-yard run and then caps it off with a 1-yard touchdown run And the point after is good, and Denver City back on top by a score of 52-28. 2:44 remaining in the ball game. Dawn Morgan on Brian Urlacher Field. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Wildcat Stadium. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing, and it is going to be just a pop-up. And, ooh, we've got contact all over the place. Denver City says they have the football. And, yep, with no fair catch called, that is a live ball. So Lovington did not signal. If they'd have signaled for the fair catch, they would have had to have given him room, Don, but they do not. And so Denver City now, they get an onside kick. Third turnover of the night for the Wildcats.
Ouch.
And that's pretty much going to do it.
Yeah, with 2:40 left to play, and Denver City, they're going to have to just maybe 2 plays and kneel it.
Yeah, if they can
could burn clock with 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, Lovington out of timeouts. If they can get a first, they're going to go for a first down. And if they can do that, it'll be pretty much over. As Jose Velasco will be the solo running back in the ball game. Escalante from the shotgun. Denver City will improve to 2-2 on the season, as Lovington falling to a very uncharacteristic 0-5. Send a man in motion. That's Palmer, but they're going to hand it. Nope, they're going to sling it to Palmer on the far side. A little misdirection, but Weiser stays home and drives him backwards. It's a completion, but it's a 2-yard loss. Way for Weiser to stay home. He and Anson Marquez both. So it's a 2-yard loss for Palmer. And it'll be 2nd down and 12, but he keeps it in bounds. And he'll keep the clock moving. 2:15 remaining in the ball game. You got to think Denver City just going to take as much time as humanly possible. Lovington cannot stop the clock. Escalante from the shotgun. Velasco is the deep back. Twins left. Hand it to Velasco. Starts it left. Brings it back right on his horse. He crosses the 35 to the 30 as he keeps on running down near the 25-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 19 for Jose Velasco. 24th first down of the night. And that'll pretty much do it for the Wildcats. 1:40 to go. They can come out in victory formation if they want to with 1st and 10, and I think that's what they're going to do. Escalante going to stay in the shotgun. Denver City indicating they may continue to run the offense, and they will. As keeping it himself, Escalante going to come near side, trying to get the corner. He's to the 20, to the 10, and finally going to be run out of bounds about the 2-yard line as the Cats, Ezekiel Guzman comes up and will bump him out at the 2, but it's a 24-yard gain for Escalante. He's got 76 rushing yards. And so now it's 1st and goal. As he went out of bounds, it stops the clock. 1st and goal from the 2. And this is just rubbing it in a little bit at this point, Dawn.
Yeah, and I think Lovington did not expect that Denver City was going to continue.
Yeah, they could have just kneeled it down and gotten out of here with a 52-28 win, but they're trying to make a little bit of a statement here. I'm not sure I agree with that statement. Escalante from the shotgun, and he is just going to take it, and he will lose the ball. That is somehow appropriate. Denver City is going to get it back at the 15-yard line. It'll keep the clock moving, but it'll be a sack for Lovington, and I'm glad that happened.
It's
I mean, I hate
karma.
it. I hate it for the kid. I hate it for Escalante. He has had a hell of a game. No better way to put it. But he's going to have it stripped out as Anson Marquez strips it away from him. It's back out at the 10-yard line. But, yeah, you're right, a little football karma coming through there.
Yeah, and somebody is getting helped off the field. Denver City player limping off. Like a big, maybe.
So from the 10-yard line, Denver City getting it back. As falling on it was Spencer Freeman. And Denver City going to take a timeout with under a minute to play. We'll just keep it right here. Of course, our Now Pharmacy postgame show coming up along with our Bob Swiftway Coaches Conversation. And, you know, I've been accused of harping on things a little bit. And I'll just say I like Coach Fontenoy. I really do. He's been the coach there for quite a while. He was nice enough to send us rosters today, but frankly, the last couple plays, just Bush League. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So the Wildcats will fall to 0-5 tonight, but Denver City apparently, instead of going into victory formation, just kneel it down a couple times, is going to try and rub it in. And Denver City is in our listening area. I love the folks in Denver City. Great to have you listening to KZOR and our sister stations as well, but just trying to do the rub-in tonight. I don't agree with it. I wouldn't agree with it if Lovington was doing it to Denver City, and I don't agree with it the other way either.
Well, there is a phrase in the pre-announcements before each game that talks about compete with class.
So Lovington is going to come out. Well, they gave the ball to Lovington, so they got the fumble. So Lovington will have the football, first down and 10. And Aranda going to come out. He's going to be firing. He wants it all. He's got a man wide open. It'll be complete to the 50 and then stepping out of bounds.
It's Adam Sanchez.
Adam Sanchez, number 10. Nice job by Sanchez as he's going to have that one. It'll be a 39-yard completion and move the chains. First down, Cats. It still does, even Lovington getting the football back does not change anything that I just said.
No, but it's nice to have the football back and to be able to have a chance to go ahead and put it in. The other team has a chance to put it in the end zone, and they miss that chance, and you want to make your opportunity even at the end of the game when you're going to lose the game. Still, keep fighting, compete with class.
284 through the air for Aranda. He's going to step up, and he's going to be sacked and the ball is loose, but I think they're going to whistle it dead beforehand as Ivan Gomez with the sack. It'll be a 2-yard sack, 6th sack of the night on
Aranda really kind of rang his bell. He's getting up, a little shaky. I mean, he's up, he's okay, but he's shaking it off for sure.
And it's
a hard hit, and the clock is still running.
Yeah, with no way to stop the clock.
Hurry up.
Yep, second
Boys can
down.
Get one,
maybe two more plays, yeah. Gonna have to move quickly, though. Going into a cover 2 for Denver City. They don't want anything to get past them. Throw it across, and that one is going to be intercepted by Freeman. So Freeman going to take it back to the 40. Cuts it back and going to be near midfield as the clock will stop with 1 second to go. Second INT of the night for Aranda. And that will end it. So Denver City, now you've got to think they'll go into victory formation. And again, like I said earlier, I really do like Coach Fontenoy, and I appreciate what he's done, and I love Denver City. But here at the end of the game, things have just not been quite what you would want to see out of compete with class. And Escalante will kneel that one down. I am not going to put that one in the book. But our final score tonight, Denver City knocks off the Lovington Wildcats 52-28. We will take a 3-minute timeout. Come back with your Dow Pharmacy postgame show. This is Wildcat Football. Postgame show comes up on Z94 KZOR, Hobbs Lovington. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. This is your Lovington Wildcat Now Pharmacy postgame show from the good folks at Now Pharmacy right here in Lovington, serving your pharmacy needs for over 70 years and great supporters of Wildcat sports. Cats fall tonight to Denver City 52-28. With Don Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Of course, we'll have the Bob Thriftway coaches conversation coming up just a few minutes. Let's take a look at the numbers in this one. We'll start with the victorious Denver City Mustang squad. Their quarterback, Jonah Escalante, goes 5 of 11, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Both touchdown passes coming to Kason Palmer. He was also the leading receiver tonight, 3 catches for 44 yards. On the ground, Denver City just absolutely tore the Wildcats up. Andrew Velasco, 17 carries, 158 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Their next leading rusher was Spencer Freeman. He had 4 carries for 111 yards, including a 64-yard touchdown. 68 yards on 16 carries for Escalante. He was sacked 3 times by the Wildcat defense. Kason Palmer, 1 carry, 65 yards. It was an end around on the touchdown. And then Jose Velasco, 9 carries, 46 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So if you're keeping up at home, that's 81 through the air, 581 total yards for Denver City. They come up with 24 first downs in the ball game and were whistled 4 times for 35 yards. No points in the first, 19 in the second, 20 in the third, 13 in the fourth. That's how they get to their 52 on the board. For your Lovington Wildcats tonight, Ashton Aranda goes 13 of 35, 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 INTs. Both those touchdowns coming to Cesar Gonzalez. He had 4 catches tonight for 59 yards, including the 2 touchdowns. Alec Olguin, welcome back, young man. He had 5 catches for 143 yards tonight. Some of those kept drives and plays alive. Great job by him. Leading rusher tonight on Dallas Cardenas and Ashton Aranda, each with 14 yards. Ashton on 14 carries, but he was sacked 6 times. He did have a couple of rushing touchdowns. Cardenas on just 6 carries gets the 14 yards. Not a lot of great offense tonight until late. 284 through the air, only 27 on the ground, 311 total for the Cats. They were whistled 4 times tonight for 35 penalty yards. No points in the first, 8 in the second, none in the third, and then 20 in the fourth. That's how they get to their 28 on the board. Of course, next week, another home game before we head up to Santa Fe in 2 weeks. But, 5 consecutive home games with the Artesia Bulldogs coming to town next week as Denver City continues their celebrations, as they have had the Cats number for the last little bit. But now it's going to be up to Lovington to put things behind them and move on and get ready to go against the Artesia Bulldogs next week, right back here at Wildcat Stadium. Of course, we'll be on the air next Friday night at 6:45 for the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show, as we will take it down to Don Morgan with your Bob Thriftway coaches conversation here momentarily. Of course, a big thanks to Coach G, always win or lose, willing to talk to us, and that is much appreciated. As some words of encouragement down there for, looks like, Alec Olguin, as he had a whale of a ball game tonight in his first game back from injury. So that young man has nothing at all to hang his head about. None of these Wildcats do, as they played and they competed with class the entire night. And even though falling to 0-5, still a lot to be proud of for the Wildcats, and nothing going to stand in their way. And maybe they can use a little bit of what happened at the end of the game, maybe as a little motivation next week against Artesia, and then against Santa Fe, and then on into the district schedule. So, what can you say? We've talked a lot about it all night, and we've said you can say the Cats just tonight never seem to get things going, as we'll take you down to the field for our Bob Thriftway coaches conversation.
Hey, thank you very much. And yes, good to have these players back in the lineup. And we were just saying, man, they have nothing to hang their heads about, because these guys, especially the ones coming back fresh off of injuries with a lot that they felt they had to prove, they have nothing, to feel bad about in this one. But Coach, what spell up and sum up this game. It felt like you were kind of in neutral for a lot of this game.
You know, that my biggest concern coming into the game was being able to, we had to challenge their physicality. And so that was our number one concern. We expressed that to the kids. They knew it and understand it, and then it just wore us down and we couldn't respond from it. But like I was telling the team, there was a lot of missed opportunities out there tonight that we did not take advantage of, you know, and so whether that's drop balls or whatever the situation is, we went in there and we were trying to pull it out there in the second half. We'd get it out, but then we wouldn't get it, you know, and so when you're playing really good football teams like the one we just got done playing right here, you know, when you have those opportunities, you got to maximize that time when you have those opportunities, and we didn't do that, and that's on me as the head coach, getting these kids to understand that and getting them ready to go. But, you know, we did some good stuff, having Dallas back, having Alec back, you know, and it's just like Alec right there, you know, he's upset, he's crying because, you know, he knew he could have done better, but it's like I told him, we can't allow what's happened to affect the next play. And so it's an opportunity to grow. We'll take full advantage of it. And just like I told him, I said, me and the rest of the coaching staff are oars in the water, you know, and we're rowing, trying to get our ship going. Did a lot of good things, and we just got to continue to get better.
Yeah, it's good to see that passion and that intensity and that commitment to the game that you feel. Speaking of which, you know, the FE on your shirts, fanatical effort. I haven't heard you talk about that for a while, but hearing you talk about physicality, one of the big challenges for this team. Do you feel like you're getting that fanatical effort from enough of the team, enough of the time to overcome the physicality, you know, challenges that they're facing from these really tough teams?
I do. You don't get the opportunity to play for the Lovington Wildcats unless you put forth fanatical effort, not just on Friday nights on this football field, but as soon as you walk in that blue door every single day, from practice to everything that we're doing. If you don't apply that fanatical effort to everything that you're doing, you can't help us out here, because it's not something you can turn on and turn off, you know, and so it's got to be something that's ingrained in them. And, you know, I felt like our kids gave us everything that they had, and that's what I asked of them. And so, again, you know, telling them, you know, we got another big one coming in next week, and so I feel like in our district that we're getting ready to play, we're not going to see a team like that that's physical, and they don't understand that right now, you know. So we just got to use it as an opportunity to keep getting better and get ready to go for next week.
I heard a longtime Lovington person come up to me after a game a couple of games ago and said, "You know what? This is a good team. They're getting better. They could lose every game before district and then win district and win the state championship." And I think it's you know, people and fans who will recognize that and stay in there, and we want the players to stay in there and feel that possibility, even though they're seeing that score at the end of the game the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's the ends that, you know, that justify, you know, what you guys are trying to do, what you're working for. But it's so tough when you're in the middle of that, and they're working so hard, they're sweating, and they're putting that effort out there, but it will pay off.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we talked about it at the very beginning of the season. You know, our very first meeting we had before we started two-a-day practice, and we broke the schedule up into 3 parts. You have our non-district schedule, our district schedule, and then into the postseason. And we have set goals for ourselves in those 3 parts right now. Goal number 1, we need to find out who we are as a football team. We're finding out who we are as a football team playing really good opponents, you know, and so whether that's geographically where we're at right now, there's a lot of great football that's played in this part of the state, and at the end of the day, it's hard to find 4A schools to play, and so we're going to take full advantage of that opportunity. And we talked about it with the kids, and they know and understand it, and so we just, again, too many missed opportunities tonight that we got to take advantage of, and we'll focus on that and get better.
Yeah, you still put points on the board and did a lot of good things out there. And by the way, I think and always believe that you're going to win more games. You're not going to lose all the games,
Yes,
you know. But that's just that's something that is possible out there with. Getting there. It's the getting there and the knowing that you guys have that those goals out there. Get into district with as strong a team as you can. And man, it's just tough taking the bad medicine before you get there. So, but still, congratulations on the good things that are happening.
I mean, it's, nobody wants it more for our kids than I do and the rest of this coaching staff. And, I mean, we want them to win these games right here, but there's nothing that we can do about it right now. The game is over with. We can't go back and fix it. And these kids are winners. I mean, that's what they are, and they know and understand that. And so I got to continue to do a great job of keeping them on track. You know, I know they're frustrated. I know they don't like sitting here being 0-5. But if we sit here and think about being 0-5, and you got the Artesia Bulldogs coming to town next Friday night, there's going to be some problems, you know. So we'll rally, we'll get them going, and we'll get ready to play another really good football team.
Yeah, and they're coming, and we'll be here, and much luck, and as with the great improvements that are happening and the tough lessons, you know, I think that's going to really stand the Wildcats well when they come to terms with Artesia here on the blue turf.
Yes, ma'am. Can't wait.
A while before since they've been here.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Just like Hobbs, it's a long time. So
Thank you very much.
yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
All right.
All right, Don Morgan with our Bob Thriftway Coaches Conversation with Coach G. Of course, always very nice of Coach G to take some time after ball games, win or lose, to speak with us. Well, we said about all that can be said in this one. The Cats falling again tonight, 52-28, as we put a wrap on this one. Of course, you heard Coach G mention coming up next Friday night, the Artesia Bulldogs coming to town, their first time on the blue turf in 4 seasons. Looking forward to having you here for that. Let's pack the stands. But if you can't get here, of course, you can watch on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and listen on Z94 KZOR. For Max Carranza and Evie Stuper in studio engineering and producing for Don Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Stadium. This has been your Now Pharmacy postgame show and an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.